Okay. I hope everybody is doing great and smiling. I don't know who's watching because I can't see right now. But I'm waiting to do this hangout. Hopefully, it will just be a one-on-one. But after the one-on-one is finished, I will open up for people. And I want you to see me in my wrinkly shirts. Science, it works, bitches, because I'm silly like that. This topic was something my brother RUDEMP said, and it really got me to thinking. And I said, man, we need to have a dialogue about it. First, I must say this: I am not married, nor have I ever been married. However, I've been in relationships, and I know most of my friends who have gotten married. My friends, which has been a couple more than like I know. I've been in 3 weddings. I know about close friends of mine. Like one, two, three, four. Like all the weddings I've been to, only one couple got divorced, and all my other friends who got married. One, two, three, five. So I know I have at least 7 friends that are still married, and they may be happily married because they never expressed to me disappointment. But I can come from a subjective point of view, which is just Charles's point of view, that just from my small world, it seems, in my opinion, Brother Rue to hop on, we can have a dialogue about it because I'm gonna save it. I'm trying to save it till he gets on because I don't want to just speak it out there and he'd be like, huh? But let's say I have 10 friends, and out of 10 friends that are married, only one got divorced. And I have never heard my male friends actually speak bad about their wives. I really haven't. See, a lot of people don't think I'm gonna dive in, but I will. But Brother Rue get in because we gonna have a dialogue. However, from like my worldview, it just seems from Charles's small view of it, more women want marriage than men, and I say that subjectively. And from looking at all the magazines, you don't see articles saying, "Hey, man, you're looking for a wife." Hey, I mean, I know men search for wives. I'm not at all saying that. However, I'm not promoting anybody to do anything. I just want to have this dialogue with anyone who believes what my brother RUDEMP said, because I just want to understand the view. I'm not saying I'm for or against, because I think what I think, and I don't want to say it until I get into a dialogue with somebody, because it's going to spoil the surprise. It's going to spoil the fun. What I really think. You guys anybody who knows me, I know I think marriage isn't wrong, it's the laws. So it tells you something, and I'm gonna make one. I got a lot of stuff I can talk about it, and a lot of stuff that I will say. Like, yeah, that's true. And if you want to go into stacks and statistics and quantifiable numbers, it will perplex you on who is less satisfied when it comes to marriage, when it comes between men and women, which is surprising. At least I think so. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself because I have no one to talk to. I told Rude he's going to do it at 5. He hit me like he hit me up. So I said, hey, man, be 10 15 minutes. And, I got a little sidetracked. One of my favorite YouTubers page, Faith Squad, and I was in there just dialoguing and catching the positive vibes, and it was great. But hopefully, I'm not going to talk about science. I'm going to talk about beliefs and how people see things. And see, I don't mind you guys seeing me with the grease and stuff. I don't wrinkly. I don't have to be clean. I don't have to be. Well, maybe I'm extremely clean because I live in that shower, baby. I just scrub. I do that. But anyway, I'm waiting for my brother. We can really dive into this because I want. I was on. I'm gonna say some wrong stuff. I was on my brother's LMP's hangout. We always get into. Well, he's brother LMP's real calm and real smooth. He doesn't get excited, but the hangouts get really excited sometimes. Then he takes him down. I'm like, LMP, I want to go back and listen, brother. Sometimes if you did it, it's done. Let it stay. And sometimes it's like, good. Let's. So then we can see where something went wrong, where it went left and right. And you go, oh, my brother, Rudy, I'm ready for you, man. I'm gonna have to turn my. Oh no, I want you to see my face. I'm ready to get in, brother. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you good, you good. I hear you.
I can hear you. It's my fault. Hold on.
No. That's me. You hear me?
Speak.
You got me?
Give me 1 second. It's coming slowly. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
I got you now, brother. So this is your topic. You said this. You said that the majority of married men are miserable, and I'm saying it wrong, but their wives don't even know it, but they won't tell their wives, correct?
Yeah. The majority. You're right.
All right, no, but this. I want you to tell me your thoughts, why you think that, and then say what you got to say. Then I'll ask you questions afterward, because I believe this is going to be so interesting. So go ahead, brother, and I'll just listen.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, all right. My opinion, my perspective, all right, is this. From the guys I've been around, the married men that I've been around, all right, some of these guys, man, they have been coerced and forced into marriage. The majority of men don't really initiate marriage in most cases. Like, even though you see guys get on their knees and all that kind of stuff, it's because he really wanted the wife. In most cases, not all cases, because you got some guys out here who really want a wife, they really want children, they really want their family. But a lot of guys who are with women, a lot of these women have gave ultimatums, and these guys have, been shamed into not marrying these women. So after a while, when you, let's say, for instance, a few years go by, I'm looking at a lot of these married men and how they are so freely and able to just go and do other things and shit behind their wives' back. Not all men, understand? I'm talking about majority, which is over 50%. Not all men. So I want everybody in the chat, and I want yourself to understand that I'm not speaking on every single case, every single married man. The majority. All right. And what happens is this. All right. You have guys, they sometimes, like, let's say, what's that midlife crisis, or you get a reality check. Sometimes you realize that you missing out on a lot of things that it could be illusion. It could be in your head, but also you seeing other men and how they moving, single men or how they move. And you think to yourself, you know what? I wish I can kind of do that one last time. I probably got too caught up into some shit too early. I got married too young.
Yeah.
Even though I realize I'm 35 now, but damn, I don't feel no different than when I was 25. But damn, I have missed out on doing the things I want to do without just having a woman that I got to worry about. So understand, when you take on a wife, the definition you taking on a wife is this: you the husband, you are band in the house, you the glue, you the guy. It starts with you when it comes to your household. Inside the household, it's all about the woman in most cases, but you are responsible for what goes on around the house. You understand what I mean? So you are responsible for the wife and the children and what comes of that. And a lot of these guys, they get to a point where they've been married for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And these guys, you see it in their eyes, man. A lot of these men have become miserable. They are miserable, but they can never tell their wife this shit. And the reason why they can't tell their wife this stuff, and the reason why a lot of women can't accept that, is simply because when it comes to the relationship being a failure, we talking about a biased opinion right here, but that's how it is when it comes to men and women. It's biased on certain things. You dealing with now, a woman got to be the one to deal with the fact that she was the failure, and she's the reason why this man didn't want to be with her no more. Now, I'm just speaking on reality, not all. I'm speaking on the majority. When it comes to the average woman, she had been brought up, raised to believe that her presence and her pussy is good enough to keep a man satisfied at all times. And she damn sure don't want to hear another alternative to why her pussy and her presence wasn't good enough. She don't want to hear another reason for why her pussy and her presence wasn't good enough. This is the reason why I get so much backlash from women. You know why? It's simply because what I'm saying, it could be damn near true. For why a lot of women get mad at me for saying that, because it reflects on you. Now I'm gonna give you one example. If I tell you right now that 2 + 2 = 9, or that 5 + 5 = 21, it's no need for you to ever get mad at me saying that shit, because I'm not trying to convince you. All you can do is look at me and laugh and say, you know what, this nigga Rude is a goddamn clown, man. He's a damn fool. Why is he saying that shit, man? Because I don't believe that shit. And you laugh that shit off and you move on about your life. But if you sit here and you get pissed off on what I'm saying, then there got to be some truth to what I'm saying, because it's no way in life you can tell me that 2 + 2 = 9. And for me to believe you, or even get caught into a conversation trying to debate your ass about the shit. So it applies to a lot of these females too. If you know that you are good and your husband is really happy, why in the fuck are you mad at me because I said that he could be miserable? Think about that. Why in the hell would you ever get mad at anybody for saying that your husband could be miserable when you know for sure that the nigga is happy? Because it got to be some goddamn truth to the fact that he could be miserable with your ass. A lot of women don't want to hear that. They do not want to believe that I'm a failure. I'm the reason why my husband don't want to be with me. See, understand one thing about a lot of women that we deal with, the majority who are in relationship with brothers, with husbands and boyfriends and all that kind of stuff. It's like this, man. the last thing that they honestly want to believe is after all they done for a guy, that it simply wasn't enough. You don't hear a lot of women admitting to the fact that her husband or her boyfriend could be a cheating ass bastard. He could be a cheating ass dog. You don't hear women saying shit like, my husband is a fuck nigga. Women don't admit that kind of shit. You can't really tell a woman about her husband that's going to make her believe that shit is really true. But a lot of these women get pissed off at the fact that you could mention a truth about their husband. Because that's how it is when you're in love with somebody. When you've been dealing with somebody for so long, you don't want nobody telling you anything bad about the individual. But if you were so solid and so confident in the fact that this can never be true, what you're saying, you would never entertain a motherfucker at all. You would never entertain what I'm saying. I can come to you right now and tell you that, look, your husband, he done fucked around you on a few times, all right? He done had sex with 3 other women and shit that you have no knowledge about. And if you can tell me that your husband is always with you, then why the fuck would you ever believe what I'm saying? But if you realize that a lot of time that your husband have not come home, he have not answered your phone, he's been away for a few days, weeks at a time, then you're going to get mad at me because it could be true. Feel me what I'm saying, Charles Gilmore?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
And the whole thing about this, my delivery, I want to clear this. I want to clear this up for you, LMP, and other men and women. It's like this. I'm not trying to be like. I know you probably heard that before. I don't want to. I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. My perspective is my perspective. So the way I deliver it is the way I have to deliver it. Now I'm not asking nobody to take my message. I'm not trying to spread a message. But what I do realize is I am loud and clear with a lot of women and a lot of men because people tend to get upset at what I'm saying. If I am talking a bunch of bullshit, you would never allow yourself to get mad at me. That's all I'm saying. My message, anybody who know me on a personal tip, they know this is how I speak. This is the kind of passion that I have. I'm intense like this because this is all me. I cannot speak like Charles Gilmore or LMP. You guys are soft-spoken men, and there's nothing wrong with that. I can't speak like that when I'm speaking my piece. I have to feel the way I feel. I have to speak with the passion and the emotion that I have because I have experienced a lot of this shit that a lot of folks haven't experienced. You understand what I mean, man? So that's pretty much my beginning. I just want you to understand that the reason why a lot of these brothers, man, they sitting around miserable because I can look at a man in his eyes, though. I have homeboys who are married and these niggas be want to hang out with me bad as fuck, but they cannot because they wives won't let them because they wives don't really like me like that because I am a single man and I'm free to do whatever I want to do. And this is why you hear a lot of people shame single men and single women because they have the freedom to move around and pick and choose where they want to be and where they want to go. So when you have a single homeboy and he's out here getting pussy, I'm out here getting pussy, for instance, though, and my homeboys, they know me. They know me before they even got married. They know how I move. I can promise you that they think about what I'm able to do. And when they wives realize that, you know what, that nigga RUDEMP, man, he's no good, man. That nigga he gonna fuck around, have my husband cheating on my ass. That nigga is no good, man. I want you to stay the fuck away from him. It's because you know that your husband is miserable with your motherfucking ass. Deep down, you know that because there's nothing I can be able to tell a happily married man. I can't tell a happily married man a goddamn thing about come hang out with me, bro. Let's go out here. Let's go chill and shit. Let's go to the strip club, my nigga. Let's go to another country. Let's go fuck some of these bitches and shit. Dude, if you happily married with your fucking wife, you ain't gonna never want to hang out with me. You be like, look, bro, you immature, bro. You still on that bullshit. I got a family to raise. I got a wife. I got a woman. I got a damn good woman. I can't be running with your ass no more. That's the first thing you would say. You're not gonna be wanting to come kick it with me and shit any chance you get. Why not? Why you not trying to hang with your fucking wife? That's my question. If you love your wife, if your wife believe in her mind that she got the golden pussy to where you want to be up on her all day, then why in the fuck your husband want to hang out with me and shit? A single nigga who go around fucking different bitches. Why you want to hang with me? You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just listening. I want you to get it out, brother. I told you I was gonna let you go. You know.
No. For right now, I'm good for right now, man. Until you know, me and you, we had this conversation. I just wanted to kind of get that out. You know, I appreciate that. I do.
That's all good, man. You know, it's better one-on-one because I don't get excited. I can just listen, and then when I have questions, I ask questions. So I'm gonna go from personal from you. I want to get your personal experience. How many married friends do you have personally?
Okay, I have a married homeboy and I got a married cousin.
So from these two, are they both unhappy in your perspective?
Yes.
Have they both verbalized it to you and confided in you that I am unhappy in my marriage situation?
They hint around it. They say shit like, I need to get some rest, bro. I'm tired as fuck. You know, shit like that. They say things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or they pretty much kind of ask me like, man, when you going back out there, man? Shit like that. They do that. You know what I'm saying?
Do they promote marriage to you? Do they ever say marriage is wonderful? I love my wife. This is so awesome. I want to get your perspective. Do they say that to you?
Hell no. I ain't never heard a man say that.
Wow.
Never.
Not even one. Oh,
never heard a man.
I have. I've heard a couple, so I can't even front. However, I got a lot more questions. So,
okay.
Other than close personal friends, how many people do you associate with that they're married that you've had dialogues with about their perspective on marriage?
I probably had. I haven't. These two guys that I deal with, I haven't actually just got into their heads about the whole marriage. Like what I talked to you guys about, it's kind of like I don't want to really talk to them about that because deep down I don't want them to actually lead a family. Because if I really break down this shit for what it is, they would lead their wives right now.
Okay, well I asked you a little bit different. I mean, I said outside of your two close friends, how many?
My bad. Outside, no. I haven't dealt with nobody. No, sir.
So you're just going from your observation. Trust me, I'm not just asking questions. I'm not getting on you at all. Understand that. So you're just going by your observations, other than actual scientifically tested type or quantified, observed.
True that.
Okay.
Okay. Observation, like the places that I go, like when I used to go to church a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I see everybody not pretty much married, all right, these guys are not happy guys. All right. Yeah. Let me give you like a little quick example. All right. I was watching the Super Bowl with the Eagles and the Patriots in February. All right. Mm-hmm. And I was watching it with my brother, as a matter of fact. And I talked to my homegirl about this later on, but I saw how these men, when the Eagles won a Super Bowl, I saw how these guys were ecstatic, jumping, happy, hugging, crying. Mm-hmm. And I looked and I said, why haven't I never seen men be this way with their wives?
Okay.
For some reason, maybe I'm ignorant or maybe I haven't just been around the world enough, but I've never seen grown-ass men who have been married for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 3, 4, 5 kids, grandkids, this ecstatic acting, jumping with joy, gleeful, smiling, cheesing their ass off with their wives. And I'm thinking like, well, damn, this is before I got on this mid-toe shit for real, even though the Super Bowl came on this year, but it just really proved my point. Like, I know that men can be happy. Mm-hmm. I know that men, when they fellowship, when they doing what men do, you can see a bunch of smiling, laughing, relaxed, feel-free ass, chill guys. Mm-hmm. But why is it these guys who are so-called married and you want to promote the marriage idea and the marriage narrative that you never like this with your goddamn wife?
Okay, let me ask
the majority. All right. Go ahead.
You flowing, man. I'm enjoying listening. So tell me, from your perspective, why do you think they're not happy with their wives?
These guys are not happy because it's a lot of regret that they thought they wanted something. See, I understand women have regret too when it comes to children or when it comes to being with certain guys. I agree, but what it is with men just cannot really just verbalize it without being shamed for it. What it is with a lot of these young men when they are married and they got a bunch of kids, even though it's their fault, don't get me wrong, they made their bed hard. Now they got to lay in that shit. But when it was something click in their head later on in life, you can see that it was a bunch of regret. And my thing is, I don't want you to ever be with nobody who you're going to regret later on. This is why I advise any man or woman to get to know the individual that you might want to be with. Like, get to know this dude or this woman for about 2 or 3 good years and shit. And y'all go through it. We talking about have the arguments, talk that shit to one another, hang out. If you had sex, man, have sex with the individual. Cool. But just see how it is to have this person around and see if this person is really good for your existence. Because if you jumping into some shit based on lust and based on feelings and based on because you got a pregnant type shit, you're not going to really be happy, though, when some shit really hit the fan between you two because you never built the bond with one another. What I see with a lot of married couples is you don't have a bond. Now, I'm not talking about the ones who got a bond. Understand? I'm saying majority, not talking about all. So anybody who's saying, you know what, I've never seen no shit like that, cool. You talking about a small percentage. I'm talking about the majority. The majority of married couples, they don't have that friendship bond. A lot of people who are married cannot say that, you know what, this was my best friend from high school. The majority. This was my best home girl from high school. And you know what? I realized that this girl here is the best thing for me, man. I had to marry her. I had to get off the market. I'm sorry. I had to. That's a different case. A lot of guys don't say that. A lot of guys be marrying women who, don't get me wrong, it's good to be physically attracted to somebody, man, but it's really be out for just, animalistic desires. You like the way she look and shit, which is all good to me, but you never really went through nothing with this woman. And y'all end up having a baby. Y'all end up having 2 babies. So now you're stuck in the situation because you do want to be a father and now you providing, but in your mind, deep down, you realize that, I made a mistake being with this woman. I made a mistake. This is why a lot of guys you see, they can up and just leave so freely and shit with no regret. Because a lot of guys realize that they made a fucking mistake, that they was coerced in most cases. Other than that, man, nobody should be able to ever tell you as a man about your woman. If you know that this is your bitch, this is your female, man, you know she's been damn good for you. What I'm saying is a bunch of bullshit. I can agree with that. But for the majority of men, a lot of guys know that I'm telling the truth, and a lot of these women know I'm telling the truth too.
Okay, I got a lot of questions. I'm just letting you flow because I see you got a lot to say, and I got a lot of stuff to ask. This is just beginning. So you say that a lot of men regret. What do you think they regret the most? What do you think is the ultimate sign of, damn, I shouldn't have did this? What do they regret?
All right. What a lot of men regret the most is the way they didn't plan for it. And the society we live in, yes, they'll tell you to, grind and, get your bread up. But when it comes to a plan, a lot of men are not ready to be fathers or husbands, because deep down, the thing that a man really wants is to be able to have something that he can bring people into, so he can really feel like a man. A lot of these men don't feel like men with the women that they are with because they did it half-assed.
Yeah.
Simply, that you had a chance when you was 18, 19, 25 years old to try to get your shit right to the point where you can become financially free, at least get you a home. A lot of men don't get home. A lot of these black guys that I deal with and I've seen all over, they have lived with a woman before. They living off of women for the most part. So a lot of guys don't plan to get the staples, the foundation of their life, a home, first and foremost, and maybe 2 good running vehicles, life insurance, health insurance, all the stuff that they need to keep going. And of course, a good paying career, a good paying job. They don't do those things before they take on a woman. In my humble opinion, I don't believe that a woman should ever get with a man who don't have his shit together. That's just my opinion. That when you are a man, you should only seek after a woman to be your woman when you have something for this woman to come into. It should not be 50-50. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that a woman don't have say-so. I'm saying that it should be without a doubt that you know exactly that your woman, that your bitch is going to be in your shit as a fucking man, so you can really be a man. You can't be a man when you're living with your woman at all. You can't be a man when you're going 50-50 with your goddamn woman. You can't be a man, though, when you out of work and she's taking care of all the bills at the moment. You cannot be a man when you don't have the final say of what goes on in your goddamn home. And I see that a lot of guys are living this life with this it's called this pseudo conception of having a family. No different than when you see, let's say, people like women, when they try to look like Beyonce and shit, they want to look like Rihanna and shit, but they don't want to spend that kind of money that they got. So they try to get the knockout version of it. The same thing with men. The same thing here. You got a knockout family, bro. Because deep down in your heart, bro, you know you can't even do for your woman and your children the way you dreamed about. You knew as a man that you wanted to do something else a whole lot better than what you're doing, but you got caught up into this goddamn system and believing that you need to be trying to get pussy at all times. Always try to keep your dick wet. Always try to do some shit prematurely. Don't sit your ass down and plan and think this shit through. You got into some shit and you wasn't ready, and you know in your soul you wasn't ready. And now guess who got to suffer behind the shit? The woman and them goddamn children on your dick based on your seed. You understand what I mean, man? A lot of guys regret that shit later on. They start feeling less than a fucking man. They start feeling castrated when you realize that, man, I can't even do for my bitch. How is this my woman? And she can't come to me. Why is she going to her daddy? Why is she going to her brother? Why is she going to this other nigga for her necessities? And I'm supposed to be her goddamn man. A lot of dudes that fuck with a lot of men to where they realize, you know what? I got to get out of here. Some of these niggas run.
Mm-hmm.
I've had homegirls. I had to break down to a few of my homegirls of this, man. I told my homegirl this. I said, look, have you ever dealt with a happy ass dude? I was talking to her about her baby daddy one day. I said, yo, you got 2 or 3 kids by this nigga. All right, cool. I said, for the most part, you know, you've been footing the bill. He been a real hoe ass nigga towards you and shit. But for whatever reason, you try to make it work. I said, if he were to ever become the man that you think he can become, and he become happy, would you be willing to give him another chance based on he's a happy man and he now know what to do? He now understand how to go about doing shit when at first he didn't have a clue. Would you give him another chance? She tried to tell me no. I said, man, you a goddamn lie. You know the reason why? Because you sat here and you gave this man 3 kids. If this man got his shit together in the next 2 or 3 years, I can just about guarantee that you're not going to be sitting back letting him spend this shit on another bitch, and you've been here 8, 9, 10 years, man. I don't give a fuck what no woman say about that. Ain't no woman living who has been with a premature man or been with a premature man and you done gave yourself to this man to where once he get on his goddamn feet that you gonna sit there and be cool that he's with another goddamn female and you've been here for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years with 3 fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
So more than likely, you are going to take this nigga back because now he knows what to do. He didn't know this shit at first. So all of a sudden now you telling me as a woman that you so moralistic, you so goddamn got some integrity and character about you to where no other man's really trying to come for you because you got a ready-made family. But the nigga now that you got babies for, he got his shit together and you not fit to get this nigga another chance and you gave him 100 chances already. Don't miss me with that bullshit. So I'm looking at that. Guys regretting because these niggas are not really men when they taking on women. You need to be a goddamn man in a certain position before you take on a woman, and definitely before you take on children.
Okay, let me ask you a couple questions to go, because I know you're gonna go long. So I'm like, do you think that women care that men are not where they want to be in life? And do you think I'm gonna make this a convoluted question because I know you're gonna go for a while. So first, do you think that women care that men are not where they need to be or where they're trying to be? Second, will most women sacrifice to help a man get where they need to be? And third, do you think that a woman would be willing to let a man go and to become what they need to be and then accept them back in a positive way if the man is not where he should be at the first? So go ahead and dive in because I talked about it before, but you understood the question, right? It wasn't too confusing, was it?
No, it ain't confused. No. I'm gonna ask you again for the third one, but I'm gonna go with the first one, man. So look, the first one. You got some women out here, they actually don't care that a guy is not where he needs to be in life because in most cases, a lot of women don't understand what a man is supposed to be first and foremost. Mm-hmm. All right. Also, you got some women out here who they want to control men too. So they don't give a damn about this brother being in his position now because they got the control. And it comes down to having an ego, being a narcissist about the situation. You now got a little control over a man, and some women get very addicted to that, whether they admit to shit or not. They get to the point where they realize that this man is all on you like another son, and you playing another mother. So that's really playing on your heartstrings and on your nurturing strings, but yet you also manipulating the situation. So some women don't give a damn about that. Number 2, what's the number 2 question?
Would a woman help a man get to where he needs to be? Can a woman help a man achieve whatever his goal is in life and become the man? Do you think that women will do that?
Yes, I do agree. But the only way we talking about
I said, do you think that a woman, let's say a woman gets with a man and the man is not quite, like you said, a man yet. He's not where he needs to be, but he knows where he wants to go. Would the woman help the man get to where he needs to go? In general, do you think the average woman, even if she finds her man not being where he should be, do you think she's going to help him get to where he needs to go?
The average woman, yes. If she has something to offer, yes, she will. The average woman would. Not all, but yes, the average woman, she would. If she see that the man got potential and he just haven't tapped into his potential, yes. The average woman would contribute to this man getting on his feet. The average woman, but the majority of women rather be in control of those men. So yeah, so don't get me wrong. This is when you get the vetting process in the beginning, to where you get to know her for about 2 or 3 years. You see what she can contribute to you as a man and what she won't put up with you on behalf on you being a man. If you got a woman, all right, I would tell any man this: if you have a woman who is willing to put up with you being a bum. You're not really hitting on shit.
Yeah.
You broke all the goddamn time, man. You fucked up. You're not really a man. See, in some cases, she don't have your best interest at heart. Because a woman who wants you to do good as a man, she's going to be on your ass. Excuse me. She's going to make sure that you can't be around her acting like a weak ass dude. And she got love for you. She got concern and care about you. She honestly want to see you make it. She's going to make sure that you take the proper procedures and stuff to become a man for her.
Totally
so I do agree with that. So if you don't have a woman that's challenging you, when I say challenge, I don't mean going word to word with you, arguing with you and all that. I'm saying if she's not encouraging you to strive to be better as a man, this woman don't have your best interest at heart, though. And you got a lot of black women for sure. They believe that by them taking on a certain guy who's not really hitting on shit, they believe that they doing the world a favor by doing that. And a lot of women, I've talked to a lot of women on this, they just don't want to accept the fact that you had no business taking on him like he's another son. You had no business trying to treat this grown ass man like he's a 12-year-old boy. So yes, you contribute to this nigga failure because you kept fucking this dude. You kept having babies by this man. And at the same time, this man never grew up for you. So you was dealing with a goddamn child for 10 years. A child that was giving you dick. You understand what I mean, man? That's what you're dealing with. Other than that, man, that's supposed to be unacceptable for a man to just get comfortable with the fact that a woman is taking care of all the food, all the goddamn the rent and car note, he riding her car and all that. It should be unacceptable by law for a woman to sit back and be okay with that bullshit. And at the same time, you having babies for the same nigga and shit.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, what's the third one?
Okay, now I'm gonna make it a little. The third is simple, but it's gonna be convoluted so you can understand it. Let's say a man is on his mission, and the woman is hindering the man from getting to where he's trying to go. Do you think that the average woman would be willing to let a man go to achieve his goal if she is hindering him? Or do you think that her own self-interest, her own whatever she wants, would stop her from letting a man go?
Okay. In most cases, when it comes to control, no, a lot of women is not going to let a man go and be a man and come back. Because in most cases, what women don't like to hear when I say this is women are dream killers. What it is, in most cases, when you have accepted, and I'm going to say this very slow for all the women who are listening, and I want you to get mad at me when I say this, please do. But when you have accepted a man at his lowest point and he chooses to not want to improve for you, in front of you, and you get so comfortable with that, initially, you're going to get to the point where you are good with him being that way. So the moment he elevates, you're not going to be comfortable with him elevating because deep down in your subconscious mind, you know that he's going to level up on you like a lot of guys do. What it is with a lot of women is this, Charles Gilmore, is a lot of women, they get with certain guys because they never really expected for a certain guy to elevate, to make a move. That's the reason why she liked you in the first place. She liked you because you were a guy who haven't really realized his full potential just yet. And she knew she had an advantage over you. She liked you because you was not making a certain amount of money. She was good with you making a certain amount of money. But now all of a sudden now when you go from making $30,000, $40,000 a year, you already a decent looking brother, you a black man, you on point. And now you get to the point where now you elevate to like 100,000 a year. You're gonna put instant fear in a woman's heart because she knows you're gonna get a better woman. She knows that even if you never do, even if you stay with her the whole way, man, she's not gonna look at it like that. Because women are dream killers. This is why I tell a man you need to already have your shit in place before you get a woman so she can already take you at face value. And you let it be known to her that at any given time you come into my way of me making money or me being a great man, I can easily dismiss your ass. Easily. I would simply also tell a man this. You are not ready as a man to have a woman if you're not ready to let her go when she become a hindrance for you. Fuck love, man. A man is not supposed to love the way a woman love. A man is supposed to be more calculated, more shrewd in his decisions, and everything around him is a business. even though you got feelings for this woman, but the moment she start getting to the point where you are stressing over her, you kind of like catching her in lies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You yelling at her, man. You got to fuck around and probably put your hands on this woman. Then you have to let that woman go. No love lost. You are logical as a man. You're not emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you guys have had a dysfunctional relationship. But the moment your health is in jeopardy as a man, you must let this female go because she's no good for you. That is how I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you a question. Well, I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Really, I got lots, but I'm trying to think the best way to say is this: if a man wants to separate from a woman, but she won't let him go, how does he get away? That's a question.
Ain't no such thing. You talking about what can a woman do to a man physically for why he can't get away? Unless she just
let me interrupt for a second. Have you seen
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the movie Acrimony?
I've seen it.
Okay, so the reason I'm saying that is you say, what can a woman do to a man? Okay, what does she do?
Man, look, I'm talking about if you're dealing with a woman who's really crazy like that, bro, you can move to another city if that case. In that case,
is it that easy?
It's not that easy, but what I'm saying is this, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy at all. But what I'm saying is like a lot of men, we don't go to the police. We're not gonna do that. And a lot of men, we're not interested in killing women like that.
Yeah.
But if you got a woman who just don't want to let you go,
mm-hmm.
and you know you may not want to kill her, but you also love her, why wouldn't you protect yourself by informing the police and letting it be known that what you're dealing with, the same way a woman would deal with you? Now, I'm not playing tit for tat, but I'm looking at for your safety as a man. Mm-hmm. Why not? You're not a coward by letting a police or an authoritative figure know that, look, I'm dealing with a situation to where it's not looking good and I am trying to leave, or, you know, I've been talking about I want to leave and shit like that. And this woman I'm dealing with, she's not dealing with it. She's not fucking with me on that. Yeah. Now, I just want to inform you guys just so you won't believe that it was a first degree murder type of situation or a second degree murder. You will know that I'm calling you first because it could be self-defense.
Understood.
If a woman, if this woman who's chasing me around and she run up on me in the parking lot or she run up on me at my home and whatnot, and she got a pistol, and if I got to shoot at her first, and if I kill her, just understand that I put this on file first. I don't want to ever have to do that. I need to protect myself as a man.
Okay.
I have a lot to lose at this moment.
Got a lot of questions to ask you, brother. I want you to keep flowing, so this is gonna take longer and longer because
I can go 5 hours with you.
I know I ain't gonna go 5 hours, but we can go for a little while. So so do you think that men in general dream of marriage?
No.
Okay, so other than peer pressure, why do you think men get married?
Because a lot of guys do want a family.
Okay. Do you think that the average man wants to be monogamous?
No.
Do you think that most women understand that?
No.
So from a male's perspective, why do you think women don't understand that?
Because women in most cases, they want to compare the stereotype. They want to be biased. They want to compare if I can't fuck a lot of men, then why are you trying to fuck a lot of women narrative? That's what they want to stick by. They want equality in that way. A lot of women fail to realize that a man is wired different from you. The reason why society praises men for sticking their dick in a whole bunch of women and they shame women for getting a lot of dick stuck into them is simply because of reproducing. We talking about if it came down to the point where one man needs to try to repopulate his neighborhood or his village, then he can go and get 20 women pregnant. And everybody understand that that's what he had to do. And these 20 women can only get pregnant, even if they have sex with multiple men, you can only get pregnant by one guy. And that's the only reason why society look at men as in a little different way than they do women. It ain't nothing else, because I'm not telling no woman to not go and fuck whoever you want to fuck. I'm just saying the reason why women get shamed for it and men don't. Other than that, do what you want to do.
Okay, so let me ask you some questions. What is your view on marriage? Tell me what you think about marriage in general.
Marriage in general do not benefit the man. Now, if you as a man love a woman, there's many ways you can go by being with this woman, but you don't have to legally marry this woman because of the ramifications of a man when it goes through divorce. When you marry somebody, the same as you taking a girlfriend it's like you giving it the option for y'all to break up. If y'all was just, like I say, just together on a marriage ship, living together, made a little vow to one another that I'm gonna go by doing this, and this is how we're gonna go by living our life and shit, fine. But you keep the government out your business, because as a man, when she do file a no-fault divorce against you, not because you cheated, because she just got tired of you, you will be stuck with the bullshit. Alimony, giving up half of what you earned, paying her for the rest of her life until she get married again, paying child support. See, it don't work like that for women. And I've asked a few young women the same question. The same question I'm about to tell you right now is this: if marriage was the opposite, to where women got the brunt of the divorce, would women be promoting marriage the way they doing now? I haven't yet heard one woman say, yes, I would still promote marriage. When a woman know that she would be paying a man alimony for the rest of his life, paying him child support, and she had to give up half of what she's earned, give up the house that she put money on, no woman will be pushing marriage the way they're pushing now. And when you look at it from a big perspective, it's kind of look like an enemy-like act when you're dealing with a woman. It's like, okay, well, if she know that she wouldn't do it if it was the other way around, but she all for it, knowing that she will get the most of it, behalf of me, do this woman really have my best interest at heart as a man? Do she really love me as a man? Or is she looking at the fact that we could possibly get divorced?
Oh, wow. So let me ask you this. Why do so many women want to get married?
Say it one more time. Who?
Why do so many women want to get married?
Pretty much what I just told you. Because the marriage, all right, but besides the divorce, all right, because in most cases, women, they want the wedding. Okay. The average black woman, she only wants the wedding. In most cases, she don't really want the goddamn marriage. She want the wedding. She want her time to be the princess and the queen. She want her moment to walk down the aisle, because every woman knows that when you get married, it's all about you. For however long y'all plan the wedding, it's all about you. And you want your moment to where everybody's all about you. But when it's time for you to be a wife, are you willing to be that for 40 years, though? We talking about a consistent wife, not a half-assed wife.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you think when it comes to both men and women, do they both understand the responsibilities of husband and wife? Do you think men understand what the responsibilities of being a husband are? And do you think that women in general understand the responsibilities of being a wife and are ready and willing to do it?
In most cases, no. Very few people understand the importance of marriage. They understand that the vows are very sacred. They understand that they would never play with the vows, that they would never live the same way that they lived before they got married. But very few people have a plan and understanding for why they got married. Marriage is supposed to really be a business, though. What you're doing is combining your assets with her assets, and you trying to break it down to the children. You really want to set the kids up in case any one of you guys died. But in today's time, the marriage is being played with. It's not as sacred as it used to be. People still do the same single woman and the single man shit when you got a whole wife and a whole husband at the house. The majority of people are. We talking about, I'm not saying always physically cheating. I'm saying entertaining other people. That's emotional cheating right there. When you got somebody else on your mind, when you got somebody else in your phone, when you taking pictures and showing pictures, when you meeting up on dates, when you having phone conversation, when you crying your eyes out to another man, or you venting to another woman, you are emotionally cheating on your spouse.
I understand. I mean, that term is, I don't understand it, but I do. So let me ask you another question. Do you think that more men would be willing to get married if they could have more than one spouse, or if they were allowed to have concubines? Do you?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do.
Okay. You understand the terms polyandry and polygamy, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you think that men would be at all, the average man would be, remember, polyandry is when a woman can have more than one husband. Do you think that any man, or in general, because there's always some, but do you think that the average man would be open to letting his wife be out there, being cuckolded, being swinger-like? Do you think that?
No, I'm not the majority.
Okay, so do you think that women would, this is all conjectures, you and I are not ladies, do you think that women have a easier time letting their men go out there to have other lovers than men have letting their women go out there to have other lovers? That's a question.
No, I don't.
So you think women have the same amount of problem with their man being out there, just like men have a problem with their woman being out there, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so how come I got to ask questions. How come it seems that more women tolerate cheating more than men do? Tell me why that is.
Okay, because we talking about natural, like biology, the nature, like deep down, a man being with multiple women, that's his God-given right. That's his God-given purpose to be able to be with different women at a certain time. Okay. See, understand this here though. Just like how when you go to the mall and you smelling different fragrances and stuff, you smelling different colognes, they give you a set of coffee beans to smell to reset your nose.
Okay.
The same thing when it comes to sex. When it comes to a man, and every man knows this, even though guys don't admit this shit. But when every man who have actually went and cheated on his wife or his girlfriend, he always came back and he fucked his girlfriend or his wife a whole lot better than he did before.
Okay.
He had to reset. What it is, what a lot of women don't understand is when your man go and stick his dick in another woman's vagina, he needs a feel of another woman's vagina so he can come back and give it to you good. And that same thing can apply to women too. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about, who willing to deal with it the most.
Yeah, I understood. I got you. That was the next question would say, is it not a woman's God-given right to do the same thing? Do you think that women want to be more monogamous than men? I'm asking the question.
Deep down, I really don't. I don't think that's really healthy.
Okay.
But I understand that if you can't cut it off, that's fine. But I'm not opposed. Me personally, I'm not opposed of a woman having fun with another man every now and then to keep the shit more spicy. Now that shit sound crazy, but I don't want my wife. Like if I had a wife, for instance, though, I don't want my wife to be miserable.
Yeah.
And this is something I've told to other guys, that I'm an open guy. I'm not stressing over no female like that. I'm not really into going crazy behind you. So if me and you were together, and if I can go out here and have a good time with other women every now and then, I'm not opposed of you fucking around with different guys if that's what you want to do. We can still be like on some friendship, that you my lady friend type shit. I don't have a problem with that. It's not like I'm about to be, hey, bitch, what you doing, bitch? I'm gonna kill you when I see you type shit. I refuse to be that man stressing over a female. A man is never supposed to stress over a woman like that. So if your woman is gonna fuck, she's gonna fuck. You have no control of that. The thing I'm telling brothers is, go ahead, Charles. Go ahead,
man. You rolling. Go ahead. I got a ton of questions. Keep going.
Oh no, the thing I'm telling brothers is this, man. You can do what you're gonna do, and understand that your woman is gonna do what she wanna do. Now, if she don't want to, that's fine. But for you to be stressing, and the thing is with a lot of people, men and women, for the reason why we really don't get along, because you gotta think about this, Charles. All right, if men and women can go through struggling together, they can go through being broke, having no food, a damn about to get kicked out their house or their apartment, car being repoed, kids ain't really got nothing. They can go through that together, but for some reason, people can't get over the fact that your other may have an urge to be with another person.
Yeah,
and that's the major issue. If you want to resolve a certain type of conflict, then you understand that even though I'm with my wife, or my wife is, or this woman is with my husband. No. Even though I'm with my wife, or this woman is with her husband, I don't want to be a damn fool and believing that this motherfucker just only want to fuck me for the rest of their life. We it's the behavior though. So you telling me this, that just because your wife is faithful to you, that she ain't never found another man attractive? Because if she's so faithful to you, no other man is supposed to ever be attracted to your woman, and vice versa with you. As a man, no other woman is supposed to be good looking or fine or cute at all. You're supposed to have your eyes supposed to be blinded to that shit.
Yes.
But for the fact that you can actually still find somebody else attractive means that it is natural, it is healthy for you to be able to be sexy, to feel good, to be healthy in a way of having a sexual appetite for somebody else.
Okay, man, I got a lot of stuff to say, man.
Man, come on, talk to me, man. Come on, talk to me.
I want you to get it out, because I want you to get it out. Then back to the title of the whole hangout. Why do you think so many men won't let their wives know about their unhappiness?
Because for one, you don't want to hurt your wife's feelings. As men, in most cases, we've been told that you don't ever hurt a woman's feelings. This is the reason why a lot of women can't stand my goods now, because I hurt their feelings and shit. When I'm just speaking my perspective. But we was told that you cater You pander, you make sure you be soft with a woman. You never be too raw with her because she's fragile, she's emotional, and she go through enough as is. That's what we was told.
Okay.
So by that logic,
Mm-hmm.
like when you look at Baby Boy with Tyrese, when he told Yvette, he said, "Look, I lie to you because I care about your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I fuck different women from time to time, but I love you."
Oh man.
You understand what I mean?
Oh, I understand exactly what you mean. So I'm gonna make a statement, and tell me if you agree with this statement or not. More women are unhappy in marriage than men, and that is why more women file for divorce. Do you agree with that statement, or you do not?
I can agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not biased. I can agree that I'd be a damn fool to sit here and say that, yeah, you got only men are miserable with a lot of these women. No, you got these women are miserable as fuck with these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But what it is though, they too far gone in it.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about years,
Mm-hmm.
children. It is hard for a woman to leave compared to a man. When a woman got 2 kids, 3 kids by a guy,
Yeah.
and she been with a guy 10, 15 years already, and she got a home,
Mm-hmm.
she got a lifestyle already intact, how the fuck she gonna leave? How the fuck she gonna leave faster than the guy?
But I think this. See, I'm about to. I see more women file for divorce and more women leave with children. Let's go back to the movie Acrimony. She left before he did. So I'm just speaking from most divorces that I've seen and heard of. It was normally the woman leaving. So if the men were so unhappy, wouldn't the men be filing for divorce and wouldn't the men be leaving? Or do you? Let me just continue with this. Or do you think that men are more willing to suffer in pain than women are? That's the question.
The reason why you see more women leaving now
Mm-hmm.
is because of a no-fault divorce. At one point, you had to prove that your person, your spouse, was being unfaithful to you, was being unloyal to you. You had to prove that shit, and when you was able to prove it, you can file for divorce. Mm-hmm. So just imagine going back into the days of the 1950s and the 60s, though, dealing with my grandparents, dealing with my great aunts and great uncles and all that kind of stuff, and people who was married 50 years and shit to the day. They dealt with a whole lot of shit. And I'm sure that a lot of those women and men would have left 40 years ago. But the reason why they couldn't, because you need to prove what your husband or what your spouse was doing or what your wife was doing. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And for the fact that you can't really catch them red-handed, and definitely now in this day and time when you got all these cell phones and Instagram, everything is on point, you didn't have that shit 50 years ago. So you couldn't really leave though. And the damn sure you had children, grandchildren. So where was you going though as a woman?
Okay.
This is think about your grandmother, your great grandmother. Where the fuck was she going?
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question.
You tell me. Where was she going?
I don't know where she's going to go. I can't speak about stuff I don't know. I can only conjecture, and I conjectured that she wasn't going to go anywhere because she didn't have the resources probably, or the society was a little bit different. So back in the day, you would really be ostracized and criticized for leaving your. I mean, even though I know they did it, and we can't check the facts to see how many people really left because the technology wasn't as good. So still, it was you couldn't travel as fast. You couldn't get far enough away enough. That would be much more difficult for a woman with kids or a woman in general to get away and not be known that she was no good. Today is accepted, just like it's all fuckery is exposed today. So it's a little bit more easy for people to do what they do and be exposed about it. So anyway, man, I'm gonna make let me speak for a minute. And first, I don't know who's watching, but listen, this is the perspective of two men, because I'm not gonna say as rude imp. I'm not gonna say it's just him because I'm talking to him, so I'm giving my perspective. And both of us have never been married. However, we're speaking about our observations. And maybe later a married man or a married woman wants to come on and say their point of view. It's more than welcome. But I'm really just enjoying hearing my brother's perspective. So I just want to, I'm not even checking the chat, so I don't know what nobody's saying, and I don't know who's enjoying it. But I am enjoying hearing his point of view. So, Brother Rude, this is gonna sound like a crazy question, but I really want you to answer this question. Do you think that most people really want a happy marriage? Do they really want a marriage to last forever? And the reason I say it sounds stupid is because most people say, why would I get married if I didn't want to be married forever? But I want to know your perspective. Do you think most people, men and women, get into it thinking, do you think men say, I'm never gonna be with another woman in my life and we're gonna grow old together? Or do you think men think, ma'am, I'm gonna get with her, but I'm gonna still do me in the dark. Nobody gonna know. And do you think women think, oh yeah, I never want to be with another man, and this is gonna be our flowers and roses? Or she thinking, damn, I'm getting older. I just want to get married. I don't even like this brother. So give me your perspective.
No. I do believe that the initial feeling of wanting to be with somebody and actually going through getting married to somebody is because you really want to be with that person for the rest of your life.
Okay.
I do agree with that.
Hmm.
But the circumstances change and stuff, right? Because you really don't know a person. You really don't know what a person is capable of until you actually deal with a person on some living with them, staying with them, being around them, getting deep down into their business and shit like that. You really don't know what you're dealing with. But
Hmm.
the intention is to actually be married forever. I
Okay.
agree with that. Huh?
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Why do people? Have you ever had like a friend or seen a couple and they weren't happy with each other, they're complaining, and they even end up getting married anyway? If you've seen that, why do people do that?
Um, it's pretty much you used to that person. It's like, all right, even though you may not be happy with that person, you still don't want that person to be with somebody else.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that's in most cases though, right? You don't want to see them with nobody else. So you would be miserable with them, cool. But you refuse to see this same guy or the same woman to move on with her life because you probably still love that individual.
Okay. How
Okay?
do you how do you define love? What is love to you?
Love. In my opinion, love is conditional
Mm.
when you're dealing with another adult. Love is this. You can love what a person do for you.
Hmm.
And as long as them people, no person do exactly what they've always done for you, you will have that love for them. The
Hmm.
moment they stop, you might not have that same kind of love for them. So let me give you an example.
Hmm.
All right, you got a woman, she's married to a guy. The guy makes pretty good money and he works his ass off and he provides and he does what he needs to do.
Hmm.
Now, other than his personality and what she like about him, she really loved that he is a hardworking guy. She loved that this man will go to work 6 o'clock in the morning and come home and take care of her and take care of the kids and do his thing.
Hmm.
Now, sometimes if this guy gets to the point where he loses his job or he gets sick, is that love? Is it still the same love? Or let me ask you this though: when it comes to sex, when it comes to having sex, because that's like a small percentage of why people stay together, but it's a lasting effect. So if a guy was piping down a woman a certain way, and she had got so used to that because in her mind she can't get no better. It can't get no better than this because this guy really laid it down, and she married this guy. And as the years go by, his performance is not the same no more. To where he can't really perform as much. He is sick.
Hmm.
He is more in the hospital. He is more, incompetent now the way he used to be 10 years or 20 years ago.
Hmm.
Okay, well, do your feelings still, do you feel the same way about him? Because he now can't do what he used to do for you.
Hmm.
And vice versa with a man, though. Like the majority of men, what use is a woman when she's sick, man? Like,
Hmm.
it sound cold and fucked up, but what use is she if she can't do shit?
Yeah.
If she can't cook no more, if she can't clean the house up, if she can't go to work, if she can't move and however she used to do, and she's laying in the bed all day, she's sick, she fucked up, what good is she? So you fall out of love based on that, man.
Okay.
And at those points is when a lot of people really start feeling bad about even being with an individual, even though they never said. But I don't know no man or woman who's been with a sick man or a sick woman for so long and not thinking in their mind like, man, enough is enough, dog. I'm tired of
Yeah.
this shit. I'm tired of dealing with this sick motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
let me ask you this: do you think that sex is important to a woman as it is for a man when it comes to marriage and relationships?
Yes, I agree. Yeah, most
You think it
definitely.
is? So, okay, this is going to be extremely interesting. I've talked to a lot of women, and I know women that can have sex with a man twice a year and say they have a great relationship. Where I've never heard a man say, I've never heard a man say his relationship is great if he is having sex probably less than twice a month or 3 times a month. I mean, everybody's different, but if sex is so important to a woman, and we're men speaking from women's perspective, then that's right now we need a woman. So why would you think that is? Why would you think if sex is so important, so many women say they have great relationships when they don't even engage in sex with their husband or significant other?
Okay, because you got other things in life that can build a bond between somebody, and you
Mhm.
can find yourself enjoying other things that your partner can do with you. Like for
Mhm.
instance, all right, life journey. All right, say for instance, all right, I was watching this TV show. It was called The Great American Human Race, if I ain't mistaken, and it was a man and a woman. I wasn't clear if they was married.
Mhm.
They probably was messing around, but for a few months, what they was doing is they was out in Africa somewhere, and they had to survive off of one another. They had to go through the rain and the cold and all. They had to cross rivers and all that shit based on what they was able to concoct on their own, and they had to depend on one another for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's no way in life that if I go through that with a woman, that nobody's gonna tell me that this is not my bitch, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say my bitch, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm saying with a term of endearment of this my bitch, my nigga. This is my fucking woman right here. Nobody can tell me shit about this woman. This is my motherfucking woman. Like that. That's what I mean. If you go through them kind of journeys with a woman or with a person, how in the hell this is not your person? Because when you talking about dealing with a struggle, you talking about dealing with a life or death experience, and you prevail through this shit. And guess who you looked at when you looked at on the other side? You saw your woman now. How is she not your woman for life? And in that case, when you got that kind of bond that you built, you can go without sex. It's no different than when you look at like teams like the San Antonio Spurs, all right, or like the New England Patriots. When you see guys who've been together this whole time and you won championships together, you've been to war with your brothers together, you built this bond for life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I get you. Let me ask you this. What are your feelings about, since we're talking about marriage, why do so many men want to get married when they get older in life?
Because, let's see, he can be more settled. Some cases he's not, but we talking about a guy who can wait to get like 50 and he want to get married. In most cases, that nigga is settled, man. He's settled enough to where he can sustain having a woman around.
Okay.
And it gets to the point also where it's just the thrill is gone. All right. He you know, it's no more chasing new pussy and shit. You know, he realized shit got old. He realized that he probably did miss out on having a family. He could have maybe children, 20, 30 years old, have some grandkids right now. So he's thinking about all that. So now he meet a woman when he's 50, 54, 55 years old. She around 50 herself, man. 40 something. And then now he can just really experience this family life because he now want to grow old with somebody. He want to die beside somebody else, you know?
Yeah, you made a statement earlier, and I want to get back to that. You said that most men care about the way that women feel. So I'm going to ask you the opposite of that. Do you think that most women care about the way that men feel? Do you think that the wives of the unhappy husbands care if their husbands are unhappy?
Yes. Majority, yes. Majority, yes. I do agree. I do believe that women, the majority of women do care if their husband are happy or not. I do agree. I agree with that.
Okay. So if they care, how do you think it would be? How would they receive the information of their husband's unhappiness? This is just conjecture. What would you think? Do you think they would make changes if their husbands communicated to them how unhappy they are? Or do you think that they would become oblivious?
Depends on her mood. If you're dealing with a reasonable woman, and if they say they went to counseling and the counselor let it be known that you know what, let's say for instance you got a wife, right? Whatever your wife's name is, Tiffany or whatnot. Or Tiffany, look, Charles just expressed to me that he loves you dearly. He wouldn't trade you in for the world, but it's something he feels he's missing, but not because of you solely, but it's some things that you just can't do for him. He can't express it to you because you're not willing to hear it from him. That's the reason why I'm telling you right now, and I'm being as harsh as I can right now because it's the raw truth. Charles is not all the way happy with you at this point. Now, this woman, if she's reasonable, she can look at you and say, well, what's going on with you, Charles? You know what I mean? Like, what have I done wrong? Or what is it that I could do? Or what is it that we could do? Or you could deal with a woman who just simply is so pig-headed and egotistical to where she can give a fuck about you not being happy as long as you continue the facade of you guys being a goddamn couple. She don't give a fuck about you and your happiness. And you do have a lot of women in this goddamn world, even though I said that the majority of women do want to make sure their husband is good, man. But you got some women who can give a fuck about if her man is happy or not.
Okay.
Some women are only married to keep up a certain image and a facade amongst her friends and her colleagues and her peers.
So why is that facade, in your opinion, so important? Why do you think that women care about looking happy?
Status. It's a status symbol. When you're dealing with a woman, when a woman know that she's married though, in a world like today, that means a lot. You look at me and my family though. I got a family full of goddamn women on both sides of my family, and I can only name maybe 2 women out of damn near 20 women who've actually been married in their life. And the reason why they're not married to this day is because these single women of the family who meant more to these women was so much of an influence in their decision making in their everyday life, to where the man just had enough of it. He went on by his way. We talking about my mother's one, and go around to my daddy's side of the family. You got another one of my cousins, older cousins, who married a man, and this man gave her 4 children and gave her his last name and all that, and he couldn't take this shit no more. If you go, I would advise any man, if you're gonna marry a woman, if you feel you want to go that route, I highly advise for you not to. But if you feel you're gonna go that route, you need to vet the women of the family of the woman that you're trying to get with, because if she's around a bunch of bullshit, miserable females, that influence alone is going to be overwhelming to her, more than her being able to have the ability to take care of you as a man. I don't give a goddamn how much you do for her as a man. If she got sisters, aunts, mothers, grandmothers, cousins who just simply cannot get married, and men can't stand they motherfucking ass, you don't have a chance with a female like that.
Oh man.
Think about Jill Scott's husband, all right? For instance, Jill Scott's husband divorced because he pretty much let it be known that the women of her family and the way they think, they have no respect for men. I had no chance.
Wow. Man, this is so interesting, brother. I don't even know where to begin, because I got so many questions. I'm trying to sort them in my brain. And let me tell you, I gotta make a joke, but it's nothing about you. I turned my camera off because I was laying down before I got up. I saw sleep in my eye. I said, I gotta get that sleep in my eye, but I don't want people to see me doing it. And you're like, ew. So I try to save you guys from looking at me getting the stuff out of my eye, but that's what I did. So anyway, let's get back to it. How heavy is external influences when it comes to a healthy, happy marriage? Do you think that external influences can make or break a marriage?
Yes, most definitely. Of course. You're talking about now environment. You're talking about now this simple people that you was brought up with the most. Like no matter what you say, no matter what I say, the people who have the most impact on you in life is your family members. The people who you was brought up and you ate and you slept with and you went to school with and you bathed with and all that kind of shit. These people have a hold on your life if you haven't broken away from that. They go for your mama, your daddy, your uncles, your brother, your sister, your aunts, your cousins, everybody, your best friends, anybody who know you from when you was a little boy or a little girl. You're going to value their opinion a whole lot more than anybody else in the world, even if their opinion is bad for you. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
I totally understand. You know what, man, I'm not done at all. And I really wanted to keep asking you, but I'm thinking, man, I would love to, I guess I'm going to open it up, and so we can hear some counter positions, so we can hear people who have been married, the woman's perspective, because Brother Rude, me and you probably going to have to do this session again, just you and me, because if I just let it keep going, and I know people are probably itching, like, yeah, I got something to say, so we're going to keep on going, but I'm going to go ahead and I don't mind. See, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to get back to Brother Rude, and if anybody wants to hop on and
but before you drop the link, man, I want you to finish answering the question. You know what I mean? Before. Okay, you want me to answer all your? I want to answer all your questions before you bring more folks on.
Man, we're gonna have to do a part 2 because I got 1,000 questions. You don't want me to keep asking questions because it'll be you and me talking all day.
I told you we can go 6 hours.
But I can't, and I kind of want to hear. I always want to listen to other people. But if you just wanted to be you and me, and I will just continue going.
I'd rather be me and you and me at this moment. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before I go there, let me tell you why. Because I know it's people, and this is what people need to do. When this video is done, write some comments, and people who really want to get on, write in the comments. Hey, I'm gonna hop on, and we'll set it up, and we can do that, because I know it's people like that been married that probably have either with you or not, but we'll set it up. So we're gonna get back to this. When do you? I'm trying to think of how to phrase it so it makes sense. When you said that women put external pressure on men to get married, correct?
Yes.
So when does it become a priority for women in your opinion to get married?
In most cases, let's say after she's had her fun.
Oh,
they call it hoe phase.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not all women. Understand? Not all women. I'm talking about when a woman realizes that now she really want to take this shit very serious.
Mm-hmm.
So now she want to get married for real. She don't want to wait. She ain't got no time to wait.
Mm-hmm.
When a woman is like that, when she's that desperate, that means she's getting out that hoe phase, and she realized that a lot of her hoeing that she was doing, it was all in vain. So understand one thing, Charles, about this shit, the hoe phase. We talking about men and women who have this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really bad with a lot of women. When a woman have her whole phase, man, and she haven't really caught and landed a certain type of guy,
mm-hmm.
it's gonna look like she's fucking these different niggas in vain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that women just want to go around just fucking everybody like that, like she ain't got no rules and no morals about herself. But I do feel that she get used to the idea, like a man do, get used to the idea that she can satisfy other guys. Other guys enjoy being around her. Mm-hmm. Just like a man. Like a man, when he realized that first couple times he pretty good with this woman, he want to try other women. Mm-hmm. But the thing is with women is this, they eventually hope that they can find a guy who can satisfy them sexually and also can be a boyfriend or a husband type of guy too. And it's very hard to get that combination in.
Yeah.
It's very hard. And I've had, like I say, I talk to homegirls a lot. They've told me that they have went through certain guys to get to that one guy who actually was all the way around that she can really be good with. Mm-hmm. But just think about now, if you, as a woman, you had to go through 5, 10 guys, and none of those guys was what you wanted. Mm-hmm. And then now you meet another guy, you end up fucking another guy. He's not what you wanted. So you find yourself losing. Mm-hmm. You out here because you really want to have fun because you horny as fuck. But at the same time, you are losing out because all the fucking you doing is in vain. And the reason why I know it's in vain, you want to know why I know that all the fucking be in vain? Mm-hmm. Ask me.
Why would all the fucking be in vain?
Because these women and these women in the chat, I can just about guarantee that all the niggas you've had sex with, if you had to call these niggas in the middle of the night because you sick and you need to go to the hospital, or if a nigga they want these guys to come help you change your flat tire, all the guys that you done gave pussy to would not come through for you. Maybe one. That's how I know this shit is in vain. The same thing applies to men, dog. I agree with this shit with man. If you know that you fucking certain women and you know that if you needed any type of help, assistance at any given time, and none of the women you've gave dick to can ever come to your aid, then all you doing is fucking in vain. Mm-hmm. You're not fucking for a reason.
Okay. So you saying, okay. I'm not making a joke. So you saying people should be fucking for a reason. Am I correct? They should be fucking for a reason?
You should, at a certain age, you should be having sex with people who you know would be there for you, even if you're not with them on some boyfriend, girlfriend shit. But if you're going to give a nigga some pussy, you should be able to at least call this nigga if you had a flat tire. Let's think about what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
If you need to move from one apartment to another apartment, the 2-3 niggas that you done gave pussy to, I mean, you should be able to hit up one of these dudes and say, well, look, could you help me move this weekend? I got to get ready to, I'm trying to move to another apartment. Can you come by and help me and shit? And if you can't get none of these guys to come through, then you fucking in vain. The same thing with a woman. I mean, same thing with a man dealing with certain women. None of these women you calling and you putting dick on can never come by, help you. You know, you might be sick. You might be like, for instance, I had sprung my leg and shit back in March. I was running and I popped my knee.
Wow.
I'm in the goddamn, you know, my brother had to look out for me and shit. But I'm like, well, damn, all right. If I was dealing with a whole bunch of women and shit, would any one of these women come through and help me while I'm fucked up like this? And if the answer is no, then why in the hell why am I fucking you and I'm in my 30s? Why am I still entertaining your ass?
I understand. I'm listening to you. So, I mean, do you consider yourself a womanizer?
You say what?
Do you consider yourself a womanizer? A womanizer?
Man, that word is so it's so wrong.
Why is it wrong? Explain.
Because the definition on how people use it, like you just womanizing, you just all, you know, different women here, different women there. Nah, I don't want to say that. I'm just saying I'm open to just having all type of female companions. I'm not closed to it. Yeah.
So you take the term womanizer as being a pejorative, as being negative, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so tell me why it's negative. I just want to hear why it sounds negative because I'm trying to think about it.
Because it sounds like you just going around and you just fucking different women and you don't have no purpose. All you doing is trying to romance and slide in every woman, and you don't have no good intentions for what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you up to no good and you just messing with different females.
So what's your purpose for messing with different females? Why do you mess with different females? Why do you have to have a variety?
I just enjoy the company of women though.
Okay, so and your purpose is because I enjoy the company of women.
So, you say it one more time.
I'm saying your purpose is because you enjoy the company of women, correct?
I enjoy the company of women. I do.
So if somebody is a womanizer, doesn't it mean they enjoy the company?
Okay, you got me, Charles. You got me. You got me.
I'm not trying to get you. I'm just trying to just understand how you can perceive a term as being negative when I'm not saying that it can't be negative. I'm just saying let's use the term. I'm gonna go off on tangents a little bit so I can tell you my thoughts. Like the term nappy. That's a derogatory and negative term that's always been used as such. And so it even conveys with the sound nap. So people use I got nappy here when they can use something that's you can say tangled, you can say kinky, you can say coarse, you can say thick, and they're much more positive sounding terms. But some people, just like even though most people won't hear me say it, but most people say my nigga all the time, and to me that's a negative term. But people have turned because of their understanding and semiology of what the word means into what can be positive, but even deep down it's still seen as negative. So true. It's the way that you choose to observe a word or how your perception is. Like a lot of people don't even understand when it comes to respect and disrespect, because like you curse and say this, but the only reason it's disrespectful is because of the way somebody perceives it. So for me, going off on a tangent is sometimes you got to clarify and see what somebody thinks about a word so we can understand why they feel the way they feel. And I am not opposed to your thoughts. I enjoy women. I enjoy the company of women. And I am all for people who are of equal minds doing the same thing, that as long as it's agreeable and it's safe. But you got to always think, and I did a video about it, whenever you engage in sex, a baby can come out of it, and that's a hell of a risk to take. So until they come up with some type of technology where they can prevent diseases and prevent unwanted childbirth, I would tell men to never mess with any woman in a physically intimate way that you would not want to have a baby with, and that you're not capable of providing and protecting. And that's not to denigrate men or to tell women how to perform. Each person to do their own thing. But let's get back to the marriage course, because you let me go off on a tangent. So
hey, can I address somebody in the chat room one time?
You got to say, brother, long, do you?
Okay. I want to speak to Neon Eyes for a minute. All right. Now you say you had went, you left, and you just coming back. Now look, Charles Gilmore, he can bear witness to this, and everybody in the chat. Everything I'm speaking on, I always say the majority. I'm not speaking on everybody's experiences. What I'm saying is this: if it's not your experience, you damn sure ain't got nothing to worry about. I promise you that. But you best believe what I'm saying, it applies to the majority of a lot of females and a lot of men. Okay? If it's not your experience, because you could be one of the small percentages of the people who don't do exactly what I'm saying, then you should never have no issue on what I'm saying. Just listen and get a different perspective. The thing I've been dealing with since I've been on YouTube is folks just do not want to respect another individual's perspective. You understand what I mean? So you get emotional. And once again, what I told you early on, Charles, I said people getting emotional because it got to be some truth into the shit. If it was not no truth in it, nobody would ever get emotional. All you can do is just say, you know what, this man crazy. Mm-hmm. So I just want everybody to understand the game, man. We all good. It's only the majority of people. So back to you.
I'm looking at the chat now, brother, and Brother Rude, people are saying they want to hop on, man. How about you? I
can't look, man. Hey, they'll get their chance to get. They'll get their chance to get at me though. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. You don't want to let nobody on to talk to you, because it'd be interesting. We can do this part 2 tomorrow. Have another you and me, just hour-long session of you and me.
We gonna do it, Charles. We gonna do it tomorrow. I want you to get really a lot of your questions out, because I want to really speak to you just one-on-one. I promise you, everybody who got an issue with your boy, they gonna get their chance.
I'm the question king. We'll be asking questions for 20 years. Let me ask you questions.
I told you we can go 8 hours.
I'm gonna at least go another 30 minutes before I end it, because I got other stuff I got to get on. But that's why,
Yeah.
So tell me this: since I know that you're not a proponent of marriage, in which arena would you ever advocate legal marriage? In what situation would you ever recommend? Because I think you said you never would recommend it. But are there not situations where you would say, okay, I would recommend marriage?
Okay, business. All right. If you and a woman You both got your own. You both have got to the point where you built up a brand, you built up yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you get a prenup in play. To where if you got to get a divorce, you know the prenup would really have to stand good because you both got money. You both have things to lose. I will advise you to get married if you're going to build an empire that way. But in my opinion, if a woman got a lot of money and a dude don't, that's not a good time to get married, and vice versa. If you got a whole bunch of money as a man and your woman ain't really come to the table with shit, dog, I don't think that's a good reason for you to get married to her. It's not a brand marrying another brand. Okay. It's like you marrying a charity case. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what's your take on the Russell Wilson Ciara situation? There's two people that have financial means that got together for branding. How do you think about that?
Initially, I opposed it, and I still oppose it to this day, only because even though the branding and even though she looked good, and even though he's one of the all-American black guy who, you know, the uppity type black guy, which is no problem. I have no issue with Russell. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. But the thing is, people are looking at it from her being Future's baby mama. And all right, I agree that you can always right your wrongs eventually. But it don't look good for black men to think that when you worth $100 million, that the first thing you need to go and try to get is a baby mama from a nigga. You know, even though Future got money, don't get me wrong, but just imagine if he didn't have money. Okay. He'll still be the same type of guy. So the thing is this, all right? So the thing is this, you have, would Ciara have gotten with Russell Wilson if she didn't have no baby? All right. Now look at the Seattle Seahawks whole team. All right. At that time, because Russell Wilson came out in 2012. So look at the whole squad at that time. All right. You got Russell Wilson's a rookie. In my opinion, before Ciara had the baby from Future, she probably would have fucked with Marshawn Lynch, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, and even Richard Sherman before she would have got with Russell Wilson if she didn't have a baby. And
tell me why you think that. Please elaborate.
Because look at the guys you was fucking with before you got with a Russell Wilson. We talking about pattern. Even though you can do better in life, don't get me wrong. Look at your pattern though. Look at what you actually like. Deep down, that's what you like. You like that type of guy. Cool. You like that type of guy. But Russell Wilson is not your cup of tea initially. So if you was good, see the thing is with a lot of women and a lot of men overlook, and the society wants you to overlook a lot of women's wrongs, is the majority of women, if they didn't have babies and when they was at their prime, we talking about from 18 to 25, when their body was tight, they was cuter, had no children. They've showed you exactly how they go about doing shit when it comes to they don't want to give their body and their good looks to you at this point. So they gonna give it to whoever they want to give it to. And it's not until you probably have, you know, a few kids and shit, a few abortions and stuff like that, you done been ran through to where now you want a good guy like a Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Why not have a Russell Wilson when you 21, 22? Interesting. Why wait till you had your first baby before you get with a Russell Wilson? And why should a man have to accept that when he know in his mind that you would never have accepted me when you was in your good years? Understood. The thing is with a lot of brothers is this here though. Why can't a man be selfish with his shit and let you know as a woman that, look, I'm worth $100 million and I don't want to share it with your ass? The same way a woman would tell you that when she's on point that she's not going to give you herself when she realizes that other guys that she liked the most, she going to try to get at them. Yeah. Why can't you be selfish as a black man?
So tell me this, who settles more, men or women?
Men.
So do you think Russell Wilson was settling for Ciara, or did Ciara settle for Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson settled for her.
But then you make the statement that you said Ciara wouldn't have got with Russell Wilson when she didn't have a baby. She would have. I did. So after she had a baby, is she settling, or is she just accepting the person who wants to take her now? Like, do you understand?
No. After she had the baby, Russell Wilson settled because Russell Wilson can get with anybody. Just say, for instance, if Russell Wilson would have got with Chanel Iman.
Let me interject. I got to interject. Go ahead. So listen, if Russell Wilson got with the woman he wanted, is that settling or is that his choice?
Because it could be his choice. Depending on.
Let me finish for a second, then you can go. Think about what you just said. You said that Ciara wanted a future type guy. She wanted somebody else, but she got Russell Wilson. So isn't Ciara settling more than Russell Wilson would be settling from that train of logic? Because let me finish the statement. Russell Wilson being that he's a captain, star of a football team, the quarterback, he can get any woman he wants, but he chose Ciara. So I'm just making a statement. Wouldn't it be more Ciara settling for Russell than Russell settling for Ciara? And if you disagree, tell me why.
I disagree, because what we just talked about, Russell Wilson's supposed to represent a better man than Future.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a better caliber man with a little more money, a little more means.
Mm-hmm.
Like Russell Wilson, he's the guy that majority of people will want their son to come out to be. Not like Future, but more like a Russell Wilson. Now, I could be ignorant for saying that, cool. But Russell Wilson's that guy that you say, all right, he's on a kick to where he's more preppy, he's clean cut, he's on point, and he's worth $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Future, on the other hand, man, he remind me of my cousins and shit. That's what you remind me of.
Mm-hmm. I'm
not hating on Future. I fuck with his music. I'm just saying, like, you know, that's low grade shit.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about now you upgraded. Ciara upgraded. Russell Wilson downgraded.
Okay. So let me make this statement. This is making it fun for me. So you're saying that Ciara chose Russell and Russell settled on Ciara, correct?
Yes.
So it's not that Ciara. I'm just making sure. So Russell wanted somebody else, but because he couldn't get who he wanted, he chose Ciara. If that's what you're saying when you say he settled. You do understand that term, right?
No, I'm saying that he did settle, man. Even though he could have got with anybody else, he did settle.
So, okay.
He could have got with a way better quality woman. Like I say, he could have got with a Jordan Sparks and still look good with her. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have got with. He could have got with a goddamn Carrie Hilson. You know what I mean? And still been on point.
You're being subjective with it. You're not. I think you hear me, but you're not hearing what I'm saying. So listen. So any man who marries any woman that you think can do better is settling for the woman. Correct? That's what you're saying. If he could do better, but he doesn't choose to do better, he's settling, right?
Yes.
Okay, I get you. I understand your train of thought, but when you listen to the term settling is I really want to live in this brown house, but since I can't get the brown house, I take the white one. It would be settling if he wanted another choice, but if he chose Ciara because that's who he wanted, then that wouldn't be settling. Like Ciara, you could say, since you said she liked the thuggish type guys, but she chose a dude that you say is more classic and normal, then that would be her settling because what she really wanted over there. But since they won't do what she wants them to do, she chooses the classic guy. So that's why I'm making a statement. But this is extremely interesting. This is extremely interesting. So
okay.
From this point, from what you're saying, why are you? I'm not saying you're opposed to you. Why would you not recommend a man that has no children getting with a single mother? Tell me from your perspective.
Because you cannot create a legacy with a woman who's already had a ready-made family. If you're childless as a man, and if you really want to build something, you need to build that with a woman who don't have no children. Mm-hmm. In the lion kingdom, in the animal kingdom, even though I'm not equating us to being animals, I'm just saying we have similar behaviors. When a lion take over a certain pride, and he take over to certain women, a group of lions, any cubs left around, these lions, they kill these cubs. And at that same moment, they breed with those lioness to make his lineage. Now that's raw. It's raw as hell when I say this shit. But the reason why they do that, because in most cases, those lions can grow up to become a major problem for these new lions. Them lion cubs can grow up to be a major problem. So you kill those cubs and get them out the way, and you start your own legacy. If you are a man like a Russell Wilson, and you have means like Russell Wilson, and you are childless like a Russell Wilson, well, it used to, Russell Wilson used to be, mm-hmm. You cannot start nothing with a woman who already have children. The only exception, I'm gonna give an exception, man. I'm gonna be fair and balanced. The only exception is if she was a widow, and the lifestyle that she was living at one point. Mm-hmm. was a certain lifestyle to where her kids were a certain way, because this man who passed away, mm-hmm. he provided that for them. And if you come in and realize that she really was a widow, mm-hmm. and you take on that role, fine, I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. A baby mama, no. Mm-hmm. You have no business as a man trying to reward a baby mama, you know what I'm saying, with a guy who don't really want the kid in most cases. And I'm not saying Future don't want his kid. I'm talking about for the future, when you're dealing with a woman who wasn't married, wasn't involved with a man long term and shit, and you just got pregnant based on sex, you're a baby mama.
Wow, I mean, this is interesting. So other than being a widow, you would never approve of a man getting with a single mother, correct?
Correct.
Well, let me ask you some questions. Let's say, hypothetical, as a youngster, a lady gets with a man just one time, has sex, gets pregnant, have a baby, and she chooses to raise a baby. But she has all the etiquette skills of a wife. She's loving. She has a amicable relationship with her baby's daddy, but they're not interacting as lovers. And she's about her business, and she's a great helpmate. And a man meets this woman, and he finds out that this is a great woman. You would still say, "Hey, don't get with this woman because she has a baby." That's a no. I'm asking. Would you say that?
Yeah, that would be my advice. Because my advice for him, I would ask him to tell her that she need to try to work it out with her baby father.
Wow. So are you? Do you consider yourself to be forgiving of mistakes? Like if somebody makes a mistake, especially due to ignorance. Let's say she wasn't raised with a loving family, and she made a mistake, and she became more educated later in life. You would still not tell a brother to get with her. You still would not really have forgiveness for that, correct?
Correct. Ignorance is this is ignorance, all right? Ignorance is you just simply just do not know. Like for instance, like I don't know how to speak German.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just what it is. But if I was living in that country though, I would have to learn how to speak German. I would have to learn how to speak the shit. So after living in a certain country for so many years, and I just choose not to ever pick up the language though, I can't use the fact that I'm ignorant to your language. I can't use that. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me ask you this. This is awesome. So how do you feel about a woman that makes more money than the man? So let's say the man makes 60, he's self-sufficient, but he meets a woman making $160,000, and they hit it off. Would you tell him do not get with her, or would you say go ahead and do it?
I mean, making money is not an issue. You can get with anybody. A woman can make more money than you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue with that. Her career field and what she do is the reason why she make more money than you. I'm talking about, do she respect you as a man? If she respects you as a man, then fine, get with her.
Okay, so why do so many people recommend men not getting with women that make more money than them?
It's an ego thing, pretty much. It's an ego thing. Mm-hmm. It's simply just, you want to feel like you have control of the situation. And if a woman's making more than you, she's able to do more than you in your mind. Mm-hmm. My thing is, if a woman is not trying to emasculate you as a man, just because she made a couple of, 40,000 more than you, man, that doesn't mean that you don't have to necessarily get with her because she make a little more money than you.
Okay, so let's say this. Let's say I'm well-to-do, and I have a woman. She's a multimillionaire, and she's like, "Hey, Charles, come in and move in with me." Would you recommend that?
Of course not.
Tell me why.
I would tell any brother that's the biggest mistake you can ever do is to move in with a woman.
And tell me why you think that.
You automatically lose your control, your leverage when you inside her house. Now think about this.
I'm listening.
Now, the whole time a man is living with a woman, what he's doing is giving her a chance to come at him a certain way. Mm-hmm. She can disregard a lot of things that he's saying because it's ultimately her house. Mm-hmm. And when you give a woman that kind of control, she's going to abuse it naturally. Because when it comes to conquering a man and having a leverage over a man, you damn sure would take advantage of it.
Okay.
The main thing you hear a lot of women say, and I'm not going to say if they right or wrong about it. I mean, it's personal opinion. I feel like they wrong for coming at a dude like that. But when it's all said and done, the average woman always bring up what she did for a man. Mm-hmm. She always bring up, and it's the famous phrase, after everything I done for you, this is how you going to come at me? That type of shit. Now, and you as a man, you put yourself in that position for her to come at you like that. Okay. You put yourself in that position. You had no business moving her home because now what you telling yourself is that, and you telling her that when she get pissed off at you for whatever reason, all she have to do is call the police on your ass or tell you to leave her house. Mm-hmm. Now, what is the chances of a lot of men telling women to leave their house?
Sure, it happens, but it's rare and slim.
It's very slim though. It's very slim, but because men don't move like that. We don't move trying to act like we got some over you because you living in my home or you driving my car or if I'm giving you money. We don't look at it, in most cases, we do not look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you don't hear men going around saying, "Yeah, man, after everything I did for her, dog, she going, man, fuck all that. That goes with the territory. Fine."
Understood.
But for some reason, a woman cannot get away from that. She have to let it be known what all she done for you.
Okay. So how do you feel about letting a woman move in with a man?
That's cool.
And why is that cool?
because it's still a man's structure.
Mm-hmm.
If you are looking at, as a woman, if you're looking for a man to protect you and provide for you, you must be in his structure in order for him to do so. You look at it from the vice versa. When you got a man in your structure, protection. That's not protection.
Mm-hmm.
Protection is you come and living with me, and I can protect and provide for you the right way.
Okay.
Now people say though, we don't look for women to protect and provide for us though.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this.
Hello?
Think about how many men do you know are looking for women to protect them?
None.
None. How many women do you know looking for a man to protect her?
Most women, I can't say most, but most women that I've met always say I hate this term. They want a loyal man, and they want to feel secure in their relationships. So they're looking for a man that can make them feel safe, and that's just my belief.
True.
Okay, so let me ask you more questions. I got a shit ton. How do you feel about people who say we have to wait till marriage to have sex?
Oh, I'm gonna be fair and balanced. If you have got to the point in your life to where you have cleaned up a lot of your ways and your act, all right, and you honestly can tell yourself and tell your God, I don't believe in God though, but tell your God that I clean myself up. I'm waiting for my husband now. I haven't had sex with nobody else. I don't do booty calls no more. I don't casually have sex with anybody. And I've been clean 3-4 years, haven't been touched, not trying to get touched, because the next man I get with, I actually would like to wait till we're married before we have sex. I honestly cannot disagree with that. I cannot disagree if you made a commitment, a sacred commitment to you and yourself and to whoever you believe in a higher power. And this is how you go about doing it, and you're going to do right about it. I can't get mad at you for requiring and letting it be known to a guy that I don't want to do nothing until until I get married.
Okay.
But you cannot be a freak hoe who fuck random guys. And then you try to require for a man to wait till he marry your ass to get your pussy, man. That's disrespectful to that man. Yeah.
How do you feel about this? I'm gonna put it with both men and women. How do you feel about somebody who changes up after they get married? For instance, let's say, for just speaking from a man's perspective for the women, let's say your woman was a freak. She was doing all the freaky things. Then you get married, she turns into a cold fish and stop giving her husband sex. Would that give him the right to go outside the relationship and get some booty, or should he just try to work it out and say, "What's wrong, sweetheart?" What's your perspective? Vice versa for both men and women.
He'll be damn sure justified to go outside the relationship and get some from another woman. That's bullshit. You got a woman who play like that. You got females who play like that, man. They don't mean you no well, man. They very dangerous. Women who play them type of games, they don't mean shit. They ain't shit. If you was a freak hoe at one point and you done popped it on a whole bunch of different guys, man. Everybody done been in your pussy. Everybody know what your pussy look like. Everybody done got head from you. You done had your mouth on a lot of men's penises and shit. And now you get you a real life husband, and now you are a Christian, a holy, sanctified ass female, man. Hey, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry you made me laugh, man. You just missed me. Oh, that was funny, man. That was hilarious.
Straight off.
No, I feel you. So tell me this: is it ever justified in a relationship for anyone to ever put their hands on anyone else?
Initially, no. But if it gets to the point where, like, let's say, for instance, all right, I know a man, he's more stronger than a woman. In most cases, he is stronger, all right? But if a woman is trying to harm you, she's trying to hurt you, yes, you got a right to defend yourself the way that you would defend yourself towards a man. If a woman is throwing knives at you, throwing skillets at you, she's beating you up, trying to hit you in your head and shit, fucking you up like that, dog. You don't have to take that as a man because she's a woman. Because what she is doing, she's not acting like a woman towards you. She's acting like a fucking man. When the moment she get in your face and try to emasculate you, talk to you like you ain't hit no shit, man, you got a right to cuss her out. I'm not all for just, going to work on a woman unless you just have to. But yeah, it is sometimes you can be justified in putting your hands on a woman.
So let me ask you another question. When it comes to a man choosing a woman, I want to know what you think. Do you think it's better? Because a friend of me asked me this, and I thought it was an interesting question. Would you rather have a, a catering, nurturing, loving woman with horrible sex, or would you rather have great sex with the, as a wife, but she's not catering, she's not nurturing, and she's not that loving, and she doesn't know her wife duties? Which one would you prefer? The great thunder sex, or the lover that is I mean, she's a loving, she's kind, she's a great friend, but the sexual chemistry is horrible? Which one would you prefer?
All right, let me be fair and balanced again. All right, how many people stick around when they got bad sex?
I doubt anyone stick around for bad sex.
Right then. All right.
I will say, I will make an argument though, because I'm not a woman. I know a lot of women, like I said before, that can be in a relationship and be completely happy not having sex.
That's bullshit. Why would you be completely happy not having sex with your spouse?
I've heard women say it. I've heard more than one woman say it, and that's why we gonna have to do this tomorrow, because I want at least some ladies to get on it. But I know how it's gonna go. But
we gonna do it. We gonna do it, man. We gonna do it.
Okay.
But look, let me break this down. Let me part down. All right, when it comes to the whole sex thing. All right. Now I hear people trying to downplay sex, man. And when I talk about it, when I talk about how important it is for the reason why a man and a woman is together and shit, I talk about dysfunctional sex, makeup sex, all that kind of shit. But what it is, when you got trash pussy and trash dick, man, how does that last a long time? Even though this motherfucker's a good person to you, but simply, I also want to know how many women would sit there and tolerate a guy who his dick can never get hard, and when it is hard, man, he's busting a nut within 30 seconds, and he can never redeem himself. He can never come. We talking about on a constant basis, not one or two bad days you caught him off guard. We talking about every time y'all get ready to do it, man, he just can never rise to the occasion. What sensible woman? I don't give a fuck how holy you want to be and how understanding you want to be to a man, but why would a woman take that kind of punishment and endure that type of suffering and pretend like as if it's all about her liking this nigga on another level and all that? Man, fuck all that. The same thing with a man. Why would any guy just be tolerating with any female who is dry as fuck, man? Pussy just cannot get wet, dog. You trying your hardest to get it wet. She just cannot get wet. She can't ride. She can't suck no dick, man. She can't do nothing sexually for you when you know that a great percentage of for why you with a woman and you taking it to another level with a woman is because y'all have good chemistry when it comes to sex. Why do we sit back and act like as if sex is not one of the most important things for why you with somebody? I never understood that shit. It's not supposed to be the only thing, Charles. But goddamn, when all else said and done, and you all don't have no other common ground, y'all can at least go to the bedroom and make up. You can at least go to the bedroom and resolve some issues. But if you can't even go to the fucking bedroom, and for you to have a penis and she got a vagina, you can't make that work for yourself, how in the fuck are you happy in a relationship? How? I just want anybody to just come on and cut the bullshit, man. Stop the bullshit of it ain't always about sex, and I can go, man, then why in the fuck you with this man? Or why you with this woman if y'all not having sex, man? Why how y'all going months without sex? And then why in the fuck y'all won't just break up? And that part there gets to me a lot when I see people try to be holier than thou with your fake ass. Why are you with this nigga if he can't give you no good dick? Which you bullshit ass. Let me calm down. I'm just saying, I just hear that shit so much. Everybody want to try to give out this perception of you a little better than somebody else and shit. Bro, we all in it for the pussy, man. Every man you meet, goddamn it, want your pussy, man. And if you got some good, man, I promise you, you're going to get a little more favor than a female who don't have no good. The same thing with a man who got some good dick, man. He get more favors than a nigga with trash dick. Quit playing games, you grown-ass men and women.
Okay, let me ask you this. You have a woman who is not that attractive, and you got a woman that's very attractive. But the woman that is unattractive, and the sex for both of them is great. But the woman who's not that attractive is the better wife mate. Would you marry the more attractive woman, or would you marry the unattractive woman?
In that case, when it comes to marrying, I probably would marry the unattractive woman, to tell you the truth, because it's like when it comes to myself and a lot of men, like a woman's face, if she's decent, she got to be decent in the face. Like she don't have to be the prettiest, even though we would like to have a pretty woman. Don't get me wrong. But if she's decent looking, but everything else about her is jazzy. See, jazzy means how you keep yourself up, how you carry yourself as a woman. How you keep your feet up, how you keep your hands up, how you keep your hair and your makeup. You jazzy with it. And you might not be just a major looker, but you look good enough. You decent enough, and you a damn good woman. A lot of men is not going to pass up on her compared to a beautiful woman who may not be shit because all her life she's been pretty. So therefore, she never had to put work in on being other things that a man needs. See, a woman who's not all that pretty, the reason why you hear a lot of men in most cases would say that a chick who's not all that cute and pretty, she really go to work in their bedroom because she had to make it up somewhere else. The same thing as an ugly ass dude. In most cases, though. Yeah. So when you got a woman who's just not all that, all that cute like that, but yeah, she's the little body, got nice little body on her food, nice little titty, little ass on her and shit. She good like that. You like how she look and shit. Yeah. No, you would consider marrying her more than this beautiful female who ain't shit. You understand?
Okay, interesting. I'm about to go in a different way, but we still speak about the same thing, and I got to go about situations that happened in the past, and I want to get your perspective. Beyonce and Jay-Z. Now you remember the situation in the elevator when Beyonce's sister went at Jay-Z. Okay. Tell me your thoughts on that situation. Tell me, just all conjecture because I don't know, but I would love to hear your thoughts. And I'm going to go somewhere with this because I want to see your perspective. And how do you think the situation should have been handled? Do you think he did the right thing? Just take me through what your thoughts are on that because it's interesting to me.
Yeah. I mean, for Jay-Z being the big brand that he is, man, and he everybody's looking at him, so he can't really do crazy ass shit. But for him to be involved on some family shit, like him and Solange, that's family. That's family. Yeah. That little spazzing out, man. She can't hurt that man. And the bodyguard was right there in the elevator too. So, she might just been mad at him probably because how he came at Beyonce in front of her. He just probably had enough of it. That's normal for a sister to react like that when it comes to if she see that you steady mistreating her sister like that. But yet, it's no harm. It's no harm because the little kicking and all that old shit. It's like, man, girl, going on about your way, man. Okay, so let me ask you something interesting. So, first, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm assuming you approve of their marriage, correct? Jay-Z and Beyonce. Yeah, I do. I approve. Do you think that it's the wife's responsibility to stop the sister from attacking her man? If she's doing it for no reason, yes. If she's just going after your man and your man ain't really did shit, or if it's like a simple disagreement, The Beyonce was supposed to step into the situation, but for her not to step into it is because Jay-Z obviously did something to Beyonce at that moment, and Solange was really pissed off about that. So if she would have stepped in my opinion, Beyonce probably would have jumped in and they both would have whooped his ass, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you think that she handled herself how she should have handled herself if she was in an emotional state? I'm asking a question. Do you think that?
Yes. She handled herself the right way. She handled herself. She's kind of like stayed out of it. We don't know. Jay-Z probably slapped the shit out of Beyonce, or he probably was talking really bad about her, man. I don't know. Or did something really foul.
I don't know either.
And for her to step back out of it, it's like I understand what her perspective is. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go off on this nigga ass. You know what I mean? So I better just be quiet and not say shit to him. And I'm not gonna stop Solange for really going at him, because for her to be going at the nigga like that, it's something he did. Like, in my opinion, he did some crazy ass shit.
Understood. So the reason I brought it up, because you always hear people say they want absolute loyalty and they want people to be with them. And I see a lot of women saying that. But in that instant, we don't know what happened. But if she didn't stop her sister, then she really wasn't loyal to her husband, because that's her sister. That's her blood sister. And I'm not saying you're wrong with your perspective. I'm just saying you hear that premise, but as you said earlier, there's always conditions to it. And okay, let me ask you, man, I can go forever. Do you believe that most people have unrealistic expectations when it comes to marriage, both men and women? Do you think that they're, I don't want to say delusional, but they believe in a fantasy more than they believe in the reality of it?
Yes. The majority of people, especially women, the majority of women, they look at it from a love song type of situation. And I remember Bobby Hemmett. Are you familiar with Bobby Hemmett?
A little bit, not much.
Okay, Bobby Hemming was pretty much speaking on this a few years ago when I was listening to him. And he said that the reason why a lot of women, especially black women, they can't really get that real husband like they want. They always want it because they don't understand what a husband's really supposed to be because they so caught up into the love songs from the early goddamn 90s.
Okay.
You caught up into the baby, and and let me rub your feet, let me freak you down, let me touch you, let me run you bad water, and that's cool though. But you can't expect that kind of shit every day. That's supposed to be every now and then you get that kind of treatment from your man, and vice versa. I would not tell no man that you expect your woman to just give you special treatment all day, every day. That needs to be spread out throughout the years. And you, as a man and as a woman, you need to pretty much kind of earn this shit, dog. It shouldn't be guaranteed. The work you put in, you should expect that every now and then because you put in the work. Not sitting back on your ass and you not really doing nothing. And at the same time, you expect for a motherfucker to, treat you like you a princess and treat you like a goddamn king, but your ass ain't doing shit. And that don't make no sense.
So let me ask you, I'm gonna throw a term at you.
Go ahead.
Define it for me. Romance. What does that term mean to you?
Romance mean you it's a court, like courting. You courting somebody, like you trying to woo them. You trying to soften them up. A man, it normally applies to a man to a woman. So he's trying to gain her trust. He's trying to soften her up. She's trying to hold on. Let me see something. She's trying to make her believe that he could be the one. He can be her man and shit. Like you doing all the things necessary in the beginning for her to kind of like give herself to you. And you proving yourself as a man to try to make her believe that you are the guy for her. So you're romancing, doing all the sweet bullshit, man, in the beginning to get her to trust you and shit. And in most cases, you're not gonna keep the shit up. That's what I mean by romancing. Okay, so
I'm gonna make a statement and tell me if you agree or don't agree, and then tell me reasons why. The statement is men are more romantic than women. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
And so tell me why you think that.
Because of the work. Men put in more work when it comes to the interaction between men and women. Men put the work in. We put the work in. I'm not saying that men keep up the work for years to come, but initially we talking about when you see a man and a woman finally get together and shit, and they finally comfortable around each other, and they finally, together, and they out, and you see them more than enough and all that. Dude, that man put in the majority of the work, man, to get her like that.
Yes.
Yeah, in most cases, yes. In most cases, some women are desperate to just, run behind the guy, man, and to try to get a guy in her good graces and shit like that. But in most cases, it's the man putting in the work.
Oh, so you say women can be romantic, correct?
Yes, man. When it comes to things like, let's say, massaging the guy, rubbing the guy back, maybe running his back water, cooking for him, treating him out, taking him out to eat, treating him, spending money on him. Yes, in some cases, yeah, but it don't always happen that way.
Okay, I'm gonna make some more statements, and they're all implied questions in the statement. Do you believe? Well, this is a straight question. Do you believe that women think that they put in more work when it comes to relationships than men?
Yes.
Why do you think that? And is it true or is it false?
It's false. And the reason why I think that, because always when things go wrong, the first thing women always say is, after everything I've done for you. In a woman's mind, they believe that they done so much. And part of that doing so much is you thinking you got the golden pussy and your presence, that a man should be appreciative of being in your presence. So a lot of women believe that they're doing a man a favor by being around him. You're not gonna really hear too many women letting it be known that, look, this guy is doing her a favor by being around her. A lot of women are gonna admit that. They don't want to ever say that. Okay. So that alone takes away the majority of the work that she probably really need to put in. Because now, if she believes in her mind that her presence is gracing him and he need to be happy and thankful that she even giving him a time of day, that's damn near 40% of the goddamn work in her mind. And then on top of that, while he's in her good graces, he not got to put in all the romantic work of trying to get her to trust him and shit. Try to romance and woo and sweet talk and sweep off her feet and shit. Now that's more work. So you got the man coming in, got to do more work. And damn sure when it comes to having sex though, when it comes to sex, men, the majority of time dominate the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. You
Very seldom you meet a man. I mean, very seldom you meet a woman who really know what to do when it comes to sex. The average woman would sit there and let you fuck the shit out of her, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you what I know. She would sit there and lay back and let you plow the shit out of her, let you do the work. And I know, no, don't get me wrong. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And it's not really required for a lot of women to really put in some major work for a man. If a woman can't really just ride like that, it's really like a no harm, no foul to most guys. Most guys, he not really tripping because he know what he can do to her.
Oh man! So yesterday you made. Was it yesterday? It was a couple days ago. I think maybe it was yesterday. Cause you know I'm old and I'm forgetful. You said that you would not spend money on a woman unless you have had sex with her. Correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So explain. I mean, I want to understand your whole premise behind that, where it came from, how you came up with it. Have you always been like that? Did a situation happen, and how do you go about doing that? And what is your track record on implying that tactic?
Okay, my track record so far, it is what it is. It's been perfect. We're talking about for the last, let's say, I'm gonna say about 6 or 7 good years since I've really just came at it like this and say, you know what, I'm not doing shit for a woman that I haven't had sex with.
Mm-hmm.
Before, when I get to know you and I'm kicking out with you and I'm chilling with you, all right, cool. I get to know you. I'm on the phone talking to you. Like I mean you talking, that's how I talk to other women.
Yeah.
I can have a conversation with you for hours and shit. We can top it up. So after a few conversations and I'm opening you up and I'm learning more about you and you telling me about the things you've done sexually, the things you've done with different guys. I know this is what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, the first thing I'm assessing is, well, you've done this for guys who haven't really did nothing for you. In most cases, women have had sex with men who haven't really did shit for them. Mm-hmm. So, all right, I'm looking at my position. Okay, now if I were to take you out to eat, take you out, like out here in Houston, take you to Galveston or some shit like that, and we walk on the seawall and shit, or take you to Kima Boardwalk, and we just out here just doing our thing, man. Take you to Louisiana to a casino. We just out and about. If I'm going to be seen with you, and I know that you've given your pussy away for cheap, why in the fuck would I do that if I haven't stuck my dick in you? See, wow. you take away the fun of being flirty and being all up on each other when you are out on a night of the town, man. Like for instance, like right now in Houston, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock p.m. Okay, so if I'm out on a date with a woman and we going to a place like a nice little steakhouse, a nice little seafood restaurant, we eating, we drinking, we laughing and bullshitting. The whole point of me doing that is because I've already had sex with you. So where if we are touchy-feely, you sitting on my lap, I'm sitting down chilling, and you know what I mean? You kissing on me, I'm kissing on you and shit. I'm touching you in certain spots. See, that makes it a whole lot more exciting, knowing that you already had sex with this woman, and you might want to be a little freaky and a little naughty and shit out in public with the same woman. Compared to you ain't never did nothing with this woman, and now you awkward. Not all the time, but for the majority of the time, though, when you dealing with a woman that you ain't never touched or you ain't never fucked with, you probably can't make certain moves on her when you out at a nice ass restaurant at this time of night. You cannot, like, say for instance, though, man. Say for instance, if I got a young lady I'm with, all right, I'm hanging out with you, and we out and we eating, we drinking, and we just laughing it up, and up under the table, because you sitting on my side. And I decide I want to play with your pussy real fast. I can't do that if I ain't already fucked. I can't do that.
Okay.
If I want to tongue kiss the shit out you, man, real fast, and just be on some nasty ass shit with you, like for instance, like me, feeding you a strawberry or some shit. You feeding me a goddamn shrimp or some shit like that, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do that. But I'm talking about, what if I want to just be a naughty ass nigga and shit, and I know you want to be naughty? We can't be naughty like that if we ain't never had sex before. And that's the whole point of you dating somebody. It's so y'all can kind of like be open, be free to be kind of freaky. Not for you to be reserved and shit and act like you on a fucking interview and you ain't never did anything with this individual. Why are you out as a man with a woman that you ain't never had sex with? Why, my nigga? You tell me that shit. And if I'm not making no goddamn sense, refute what I'm saying. If this woman that you're with has given up her pussy for free, my nigga, to a nigga who ain't doing half of what you're doing at this moment, why can't you get a little pussy before you take out? Let's think about that. Why can't you get it out the way first?
Is that a rhetorical question, or are you really asking me?
Oh, no. I'm asking anybody. I'm asking anybody, man. Is anybody?
Okay, I can answer that because everybody has a different mating. Even though we are all similar, we are all different. Some people are actually searching for wives. Some men really value their seed, and some men don't mind showing that they're providers, and that's what they'll do. So I think that's why some men will do it. And I'm not knocking anybody for doing it any which way. I just try to understand it.
All right.
But the average man, of course, they want to get with somebody to be physically intimate with them. That's what they want. However, a lot of men are cautious, and a lot of men are more scary. I have friends that, I know friends that will never go to DR or Mexico because they're scared of catching diseases. And you see people fly and do that all the time. So each to their own. Some people really, terms I really don't like using, but I'm gonna use it. They have people that alpha and betas. They use the terms, and some people really just want female company, and they are willing to pay for it. So they'll pay for the possibility of, not the guarantee. You coming from a different perspective. But let me just throw on this. Let me ask you this: have you ever taken a woman out on a date that you have not had sex with? Have you ever spent money on a woman and then it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to be?
Yeah, I told you long in my early 20s when I didn't know no better.
Okay, but now you know better. But so today, no matter who you meet, you wouldn't say, "Hey, let's go have a cup of coffee and let's just talk." You wouldn't do that.
Not at all. Not at all, because that's not how I go on dates. I don't like coffee. If you take any woman to a coffee shop, you're not getting no sex, man.
Yeah, okay. So it's for you, every interaction has to lead to sex. I'm asking a question. Not every interaction, but
it don't have to be every, but it has to be like before I start going out and being seen with you. But like I said, though, if you come to Houston, you see me with any woman out eating, you can just about guarantee I done fucked, man. Put it like that.
I got you. No. So let me ask you a question. So this is gonna sound funny, but other than the sexual companionship that a woman can bring to you, do you like women in general?
Yes.
So it is possible for you to hang out with a woman that you would not have sex with. I'm asking.
Of course, I could. It is possible, but I don't want to make it a possibility.
Okay, so but what you're saying is, if you're pursuing a woman and you know you want to be romantic with her, there's no way, shape, and form you're ever going to play the friend role, and you won't spend money on her until you have sex. Correct?
Correct.
So, do you see spending money on a woman as tricking?
No. It depends on. See, tricking is if you're not getting nothing in return. If you spend money on a woman, and a woman's reciprocating, like based on showing you attention, like say she's being intimate with you, she's engaging with you, you're not tricking for looking out for your woman.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. And so I'm ready for you to think about what I'm about to say. So anytime a John gets with a hoe or a male gets with a prostitute, they call that tricking, correct?
Yes.
So would it not be tricking anytime that you spend money on a woman? That's a question.
No, tricking. So John is tricking on a woman that he have no other interest in other than just maybe that sexual. Like he's not doing nothing else but fucking her.
Okay. You I understand it. So I'm gonna restate this because I'm just trying to get clarity. You don't have a problem spending money on a woman that you have had sex with, but you don't want to spend money on a woman and the sex is on the table and you not get it because you will feel used. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I understand. So do you engage in short-term casual sexual relationships?
I have.
No, today. Do you engage in that?
No.
Okay, so now every woman that you deal with, you try to keep long-term, correct?
Every woman I'm dealing with now, like the few women I'm dealing with, they've been around for a while. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So some things I don't know, maybe because I don't listen well all the time. Do you have children?
I got 2.
You have 2. Are they by the same women or for different women?
Same woman.
Okay. And you already told me that you don't believe in marriage, correct?
You're right. I don't.
Do you cohabitate with the woman?
No, I don't.
I'm not gonna grill you. I'm just asking questions. So, how do you go about parenting? How do you see your kids every day? How do you exert your influence on your children?
Well, my kids, when they go to school every week. Every day of the week. So I normally see them on the weekends. Like my son, he play football. Me and my brother, we go and get them. And you know, my daughter, she's like a little cheerleader and stuff. So I see them more on the weekends. But I can go and see them anytime I want to. But it's like it's more convenient for me to get them on the weekends, see them on the weekends, and deal with them on the weekends.
Oh, interesting.
Talk to them on a regular basis.
Do you feel that as a man? Do you feel that you're doing enough? I'm asking a question specifically with no leading. I'm just asking the question. Do you feel that you have enough interaction with your children, or would you like more?
I feel like I have enough because it's not limited. Like I can go right now. Like I can go anytime. My children's mother, me and her, we work together very well when it comes to the two children, and they getting older, so I can go anytime I want to. But I choose to go on the weekends because it's more convenient.
Okay. Did your children's mother ever pressure you for marriage?
No, hell no. Of course
Never?
not.
Oh,
She
wow.
wanted to be with me, and I kind of let it be known that look, at this point, I'm not doing all that. I'm not taking on that kind of responsibility. I'm good at that. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up, but it's just what it is. Like she never pressured me after that.
So let me elaborate on this for me because I'm confused a little bit and I'm trying to get clarity. So I'm assuming because from what you said, your premises and your statements is that you're still physically intimate with your children's mothers, correct?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh, so now it's just a co-parenting situation where you guys don't engage in it. So she separated with you because you didn't want to be inclusive with her, correct?
True.
Okay, now I get it. Now I understand. If you could go back in the past and revisit it, I know you don't remember your children, but would you have had children with a woman that you didn't want to adhere to your lifestyle?
Oh, as a matter of fact, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. My children's mother, she been pretty good though. She been pretty good for the most part. I don't regret her. At first, I was thinking about it, but as the time went on, and I realized how she, realized that it wasn't gonna be between me and her, and she been real respectful. I've been respectful. We all involved with each other like that. I'm talking about family wise, and she haven't gave me no issues. So I don't really regret having kids by her. I really don't.
No, but I'm just saying. Okay, I got that. But do you feel that do you feel in any which way, shape, or form that you harmed the woman? Do you feel that you did her any type of misdeed or you weren't?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I denied her. I denied her the family that she wanted, and I don't think she really got over that.
Yeah. And how does that make you feel?
Oh man, I thought about it, man, and I realized that if me being immature back in the day, never really felt nothing about it. Though, tell you the truth, man. Like I knew that I hurt her based on that.
Yeah.
And it was no. It's like me. The way I'm looking at it, it was no hard feelings though. But I understood where she was coming from.
Yeah.
I just hate that I wasn't the guy who could give her that family that she wanted. Put it like that. Like if I could have if I can go back and say, look, before we start even having sex, man, and I don't know how this shit gonna play out.
Yeah.
I am not gonna give you a family. Then I would have probably just don't get me wrong. I would have fucked her a few times, but I probably would have been a little more careful in me having sex with her and say, you know what, I don't want a family with her, and she want a family.
Okay, I got that. So all the ladies that you deal with now, do they want families?
No.
So none of them want families. What if any of them get pregnant?
By me?
Yes. What if I'm assuming you deal with more than one woman and you've been dealing with them for some time. So what if any of them get pregnant?
That's damn. Okay. Oh man. I'm on pause like a motherfucker though.
It's okay, brother.
Like real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they were to get pregnant, like me being who I am, I'm not gonna deny the baby if the baby is actually mine. Don't get me wrong, but other than that, like it'll be the same as I had my other children. It's just we just got a baby now.
Okay, so I don't know. Does your baby mother? Do you have to pay child support?
No, I don't.
Okay, but how would you react to a woman putting you on child support?
The truth, I would tell a woman straight up, if I haven't done anything to prove that I'm a child support type of nigga, then you can't ever put me on child support, because if you do, you will be dealing with those kids by yourself or that child by yourself. So every woman now that's very clear with the women I deal with, man. If you're gonna put me on child support, man, just be ready to deal with the kid on your own. Because I got a extended family. We talking about the family that I'm around. Everybody will be here for you.
I got you.
So don't try to be a spiteful bitch by putting me on child support, and I've been a damn good father to the kids.
Do you think child support is a necessary thing, or do you see it as an evil thing created by policy?
People using it as a weapon. And I think it is an evil thing, man, when you got men who are damn good fathers when they're on it. And I mean, me being who I am, since I'm an equal guy when it comes to men and women, if a man don't want to be a father, he have that right to let it be known that he don't want to be a father. So
Would you
You see
ever
what I'm
let?
saying?
Yeah, I do. I totally understand. Would you ever let a woman use a child as a weapon against you?
Of course not. She can't ever do that. Never.
Elaborate. How can she not?
You can't, because my mindset is this: if you're gonna play games with my children or with my child, you can just simply raise this child on your own. If you think that I'm going to see the thing is with a lot of men, and I'm not telling no man how to go about doing shit, but the moment a female becomes a bitch towards you,
Mm-hmm.
to where she realizes that what you do love is your children, and she
Mm-hmm.
can't help herself but to
Mm-hmm.
now come at you as a fucking man and play with you as a father and use your children against you because you may not love her no more,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, you still love your babies. And for the fact that that's not good enough for her as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
for you to show somebody that you love something more than something else, and she start playing games with your children, man, fuck that woman. That's how I look at it.
Okay, so let
And
me
for the
ask.
most part, let her be with those kids by herself.
Okay, understood. So let me ask you more questions. Do you believe that men waste women's time?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that, let's say a man dates a woman and the woman wants to have children and the man doesn't want to have their children. So the woman reaches the age where she can't have children. Should the man stay with the woman if he wants to have children? Or is it wrong for the man to leave the woman to get with a young woman and have children? How do you feel about situations like that?
I would talk to that guy and I would say, look, you ever thought about getting a surrogate mother?
Mm.
And if the wife agrees with just having a young woman to
Mm-hmm.
bear her egg and bear, it is what it is though, then I'm all for it. But if a woman is going to deny a man who really want to be a father some children, then that man need to go and try to get his children.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he need to go out. He need to step aside and say, you know what? Hey, I really want a son. I really want a daughter, and I don't want nobody to deny me my God-given right.
I hear you, brother. Hey, listen, man, I want to keep this going, but I got something I got to get into. Hey, you want to do this tomorrow? And we can make a part 2?
Man, we can do this every day this week.
Hey, and you know what? When do you, because I got a ton of questions. I would love to hear somebody who's opposed or agreement with you to hear other people's views. And I don't have the time now, but how about tomorrow we do a 20-minute session and then we just open it up and I'll keep it under control. So remember, hey, Brother Rude, I know you get passionate, but when somebody get at you, I would ask you, please don't go off on them and let them finish and then rebuttal. That way it can be simple.
Understand, Brother Charles, man. You know I fuck with you. As a matter of fact, you remember I came on your show a few months ago, right?
Okay.
You remember that? It was me, you.
I forget everything.
DeAndre from Black in Japan.
Yeah,
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm familiar with you. So look, put it like this, though. Let me make this very clear for everybody listening and whoever want to speak to me straight up. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue going at anybody or speaking to anybody. The thing is this: the reason why you have heard me in the past cussing people out, calling women bitches and hoes, calling niggas fuck niggas and all that, just going to work on people and turning up real fast and shit, is because initially I'm not coming in fucking with you like that. What it is with a lot of people, they have an issue with my perspective. I'm not telling you to agree with me, but for you to as a woman or as a man to feel like I don't have a right to have a perspective. And if you know in your heart as a man or as a woman that this shit never applied to you and it never will apply to you, you have no business getting mad at me for my perspective. If you a grown ass man or a grown ass woman.
Understood.
If you know that you would never lie, like for instance, though, like when I say that I'm not taking no woman out on a date or do nothing with her if I ain't already fucked. If you know that you're not that kind of woman, then why in the fuck are you mad at me? Mm-hmm. The same thing with you brothers, like this nigga Ray Clemens or whoever in the chat, man. If you know that what I'm saying about marriage is bullshit, it never work and all that, why in the fuck are you replying to the shit, man? Because if you happily married, bro, fuck what I'm saying, my nigga. You do you with your goddamn family, man, because you got your woman and your children. Do your goddamn thing, man. But what I'm saying is when you have men and women who feel like they gonna try to deny your perspective because to their mind, they never heard it before, or pretty much, pretty much what I hear every time is your harsh ass delivery. Mm-hmm. You sensitive motherfuckers, man. Let me tell you one thing, dog. My delivery is never gonna change. If you that fucking sensitive based on what I'm saying, don't listen to me, goddammit. That's what you do. See, Charles Gilmore, LMP, once again, I'm gonna give a disclaimer. You guys have never agreed with me on the shit I was saying. That's why we had these talks. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about these other guys and these other women who just feel like I'm not supposed to speak when I'm saying because they might feel like in their mind that I'm too goddamn young. And what it is, I already know what it is, man. When you got people saying, how old is this dude? He young, he young. It's because the shit I'm saying is what a grown man's supposed to be goddamn telling you. Everything I'm telling you, man, is what my daddy showed me back before he died. For a lot of you older gentlemen who are 40 and 50 years old, you niggas need to be raised up too in the game. But you too fucking egotistical to listen to a young man, and you thinking that a young man don't know enough, when in fact, you get frustrated when I speak. And you make that shit make sense, though, because if I feel that a 12 or 13-year-old boy don't know shit, why would I get mad at what he's saying, man? So if I'm getting mad at this little young dude, that means he's saying some shit that's hitting at me on my goddamn head, man. So I just want you to know that, man. I don't come at nobody disrespectful, but you best believe, though, the moment you start raising your fucking voice at me, cussing at me, I'm cussing you the fuck out. I don't give a fuck if you a man or woman. So I can be fair and balanced. Anybody who know me, they know I get at niggas and I get at bitches. I ain't even tripping like that. That's in real life too. Anybody know me know I'll fight your ass any time of the day, man. So understand this. If you gonna come talk to me, my nigga, talk to me straight the fuck up like a goddamn man or a woman. Keep your emotions in check. And I promise you, the conversation will be just like how it is with me and Charles Gilmore. Real peaceful, real respectful. I never raised my voice at him. Never had to cuss him out. He didn't cuss me out. I'm looking forward to having the same type of dialogue with you men and women who oppose what I'm saying. But come in with that bullshit, man, you're going to get your motherfucking issue, man. I promise you. Fuck you. That's how I look at you. All right, Charles.
All right, man. Listen, we're going to do this tomorrow, man. It was extremely fun. I was really focused on you, so I really didn't look at the chat like normally I would, but I just really wanted to dive in and not be distracted and ask you some questions. I every time I went, I looked and I see people say, can I get in? And I really wanted to let them in, but I respect you, brother. So when you say you want to have a one-on-one with me, I'll keep going. And you know, the reason I'm in it now because I want to go eat and I got some stuff to do. So I got to trust me. If I didn't have anything to do, man, we'd be going for 5 hours because I am the question king. I'm telling you. So I
fuck with you, hey Charles, man. This is good shit, man. I fuck with you, dog.
All right,
I appreciate this between you and I appreciate this, dog. Understand the game. Anytime I get on anybody's panel and we can have this kind of good chopping up, man, I show major appreciation to you, gentlemen. So thank you once again, Mr. Charles Gilmore. All right.
Yeah. We'll try to do this hopefully tomorrow around 5 p.m. Pacific time. At the latest, it'll be 5:30. I'm with it. Hopefully, the first 30 minutes will be me and RUDEMP going back and forth, just trying to get his perspective. For me, I'm always trying to come as objective as possible, and I'll ask questions, but it's not to tell you you're wrong. It's just to get a more understanding, a clear understanding of your thoughts.
True that.
And for everybody who's watching, everybody is welcome to come on. You know, my favorite YouTubers, I have favorites. So my favorites are always welcome if anybody ever watches me. I love everybody. Let me look at the chat now so I can see who's in there. Oh, okay. What's going on, Pamela, Brother Ray, and Pretty Sassy Libra, and everybody, Dijon and Tomika. I'm so humbled whenever somebody comes on. Brother Rude, you're awesome, dude, and I look forward to doing it tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Anybody got comments, leaving in there? I love to read them. I love to get back at you. Brother Zero, what's going on, Kelvin? I'm missing people. Hold on, let me roll up. Nikki, my co-host, you got to jump on, co-host. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know where you been. Neon Eyes. Who else? Oh, VGS Immore in the house. Haha. You know, that's probably my favorite YouTuber, but don't tell him. Got to heckle him. I'm joking. All right, people. If I miss anybody, it's not on purpose. Much love, because I guess there's a lot of comments. And Armed Rebellion, I can't show everybody. Tune in tomorrow. We'll get it going, and hopefully it'll be great. I appreciate you all. And I'm going to end this now. I have a great one. I got to eat something. I'm hungry.
All right. Peace out. Peace out.
All right. Thank you again, man.